Don't you understand the world and life? Don't you understand what you have to do? You know what you have to do. Don't sit there and act like you don't. Okay? You know what you have to do. We all know. You have a pleasure, do you? Spin around. You don't know what the pleasure's gonna do. You don't know what he's gonna do. He's gonna look at you, and he's gonna be like, Mother, please, give me milk. Please, give me milk, please. And you're gonna sit there and look at him, you're gonna be like, but you're gonna get talking to him, God.
I want to be sorry.
Your hair changes.
I'm so startled. You're a bondulance.
What is my life?
Sign me up.
Or every child.
I love that feeling. Don't pass that.
Sorry, Mum.
Oh, fastest asshole in the West.
Have you worn wigs?
By the time they want to see my ass, I'll be miles away.
When will you wear wigs?
Oh, good Lord. I'm covered in piss.
Hello. Oh god, I've still got a thing in front of me. There we go. Hello everyone. I know this is a weird stream. Hi, it is I, Vex, Cyberpunk Antifa Lesbian here. Doing a game I haven't played in a fucking while. I don't know why. I was watching stuff the other night, right? Last night. And Zan isn't here yet, by the way. He's joining me in a bit. He's just finishing watching The Mighty Nein episode 8, because then we are going to discuss things, because I need someone to talk to about that. Yeah, so last night I ended up, and this morning I was catching up on stuff, and I'm looking up ARG videos just because I'm going to work on something, teaser, hint, hint, nudge, nudge, keep an eye out for that, right? And one of the videos I was looking at was video about an ARG for No Man's Sky. And then I was like, oh, you know, a good YouTuber I used to watch a lot that I need to get back into was Obsidian Ant for his like space simulator game, and like he does Windows Flight Simulator as Microsoft Flight Simulator as well, but I mainly knew him for his Elite Dangerous content. And I was like, what? So I went over to the channel and it was like, oh, here's what's new in Elite Dangerous, like how 2025 has changed Elite Dangerous and what might change in the future. I'm like, actually, you know what? I haven't played this in ages. And I realized I got Odyssey, the update that allows you to actually get out your ship and walk around, and then just not played it yet because I haven't touched it in fucking ages. So I was like, you know what? Because like I want to do a stream where we're just chatting and doing random shit and we'll just hang out and stuff. Why not do some Elite Dangerous stuff? So let's just flick over to there a second. And I'm just gonna switch. Where are you, Zan? Switch you off a second. So I did realize that my commander name was still my old name, so I had to change that. I did that, and I've been working on the controls because I haven't. Oh. Right, okay, hold on. If that's done that. Okay, so we may have to... Let's go back to the main webcam screen a second. So apparently, in setting up, when I've switched off my VPN or streaming, I've accidentally buggered the Elite Dangerous thing. So let's boot that up again. Look at it. Typical stream. There's always one thing that's going wrong. Yeah, so. And, yeah, so, whoop, here we go. Because one of the things I used to do a lot, I know when me and Zan first started playing, yes. Right, one of the things that me and Zan would always do. What? Wah! There we go. We're in! I'm going to turn the general volume of the game down. Let me just do that. Have that at like 50, so then I'm still... There we go. Yes. Officer Ray Mears? But yeah. So... the title for the stream as well, by the way. Now, anyone who's seen mine and Zan's old content back on the 50 Foot Nerds channel, like when me and Zan did that, now we do a lot of our stuff more on streams and shit like that, right? I forgot I had so many fucking credits. But you know what? Let's jump in. Present day. Okay, this is new. Briscoe's Legacy. I don't know this. But, yeah, me and Zan, we had a series called yes, Briscoe's Legacy. We had a series called Dog the Bounty Hunters that then became Vlog the Bounty Hunters when based on the old TV show Dog the Bounty Hunter. Is what we do. It was Elite Dangerous, and we just chat shit. And then we would, at the time, the first episode was us hanging out, and we were doing some bounty hunting missions, which is why we used the name. And then the second time, it was just I was exploring and he was doing it, and it was, again, just us chatting shit, really. And that's what the game was. Like, well, that's what the video was, right? I've not broken this, have I? Oh, there we go.
This is it, soldier. Your last assignment before moving on to bigger and better things.
What the fuck?
I'm guessing your head is up in the stars already, but you've got to stay focused for me. Your
Oh, is this like a training thing?
had to drop you far enough to avoid their defense systems. The terrain should keep your approach hidden, so you'll have the advantage. They'll be too busy tracking me anyway. I'll set an insight marker for you. Get moving.
Okay.
I'll coordinate from
So I didn't know this was a thing I had to do. I thought I'd just jump straight back into me being me. What? But yeah, okay.
The mission objective is a classified NOC data package. Turns out a list of undercover operatives is worth a lot of credits. You'll need to access the command center data port. The security will give you a warm welcome if they spot you though. It'll be tricky, and nothing a pro like you can't handle. Just follow my direction. Lethal force is authorized if things turn sour.
I get a jetpack!
Picking up any comms traffic in or out. We're on a scan.
Okay. So, yeah, this is weird. Oh, hey, Dust. Oh, whoops. How are you? Oh, hey, Zan. Hold on. Ah, so yeah, this is the training. Right. So let me just... start video call.
Oh, I swear to God, why is that Christmas bollock still a thing?
Ow, my ears!
Oh, do they ache?
It was, I forgot, like, how loud I've got you on my thing. I was, hold on, I'm gonna, yeah, my output volume on. Keep talking for me.
Hi, this is Zan. Welcome to me. I'm here now. Hi, hello. How's it going?
Yeah, okay, we should be even now. Yeah, because before, when I was trying to get us to a fail to start camera. Oh, did you want, or do you just want audio?
I'm fine with audio, mate.
Okay, cool. That makes it easier. Right. So it means that I can use my other monitor to actually look at the chat and shit without having to accidentally erase your face every single time I do it.
She's erasing my face.
Yeah. No, I forgot that when I was trying to make you louder on stream, the first thing I did was turn my my output for Discord up to 200%.
Oh, okay.
Because I thought, oh, maybe that'd do it, and then I realized it makes more sense to leave you at a normal volume, just turn everything else down.
Yeah, that does make sense.
Yeah, so I've done that with the game. Yeah, I was just I was telling Dust as well.
My intel lists an SRV parked in the storage building.
Yeah, well, first I came into here and I was like, oh look, there's a tutorial thing that I didn't realize was a thing.
That's new, definitely.
Yeah, this is part. I guess this is part of the training for Odyssey, because I've not played since Odyssey came out. That's
Fucking
how.
hell, really?
Yeah, that's how long it's been.
Trying to break in. Since the power's down,
So I got Odyssey and realized I never
use your energy link
played.
on the charge port to the
It's
right
true.
of the entrance.
That's a while.
Oh, use 3. Okay. No.
I don't think I could play Elite Dangerous without a
Good.
hot ass anymore.
Building.
A hot ass.
A hot ass.
Yeah. Oh no, I've got one. I just had to put it. I had to set it back up, so that was. Ooh.
Okay. There's a panel under the cabin you need to open with your arc cutter. That's where the power regulator is fitted. We can use it to bring the settlement back online. Right there. Carve that sucker open, soldier.
Have you had a day?
Okay. Yeah, it's been. Oh, 5. Yeah, it's not been. Ooh. Okay, this is way more finicky than I thought it would be.
Yeah. It looks like something I'm glad I don't have to do.
There we go.
We have a winner. Take the regulator. You've got a better use for it.
E. 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 E.
That's it.
E E E
Don't know
E
what
E
stage
E
of the
E.
building you're in. Let's grab some energy cells while we're here. There
I
should
did.
be a
So did you
dispenser
enjoy
on
season
the
1?
other side of the building.
Yes. So, yeah, that was the other thing we were talking about before I started. Sorry, I getting distracted by this. I thought I'd just be able to just jump in and go straight to flying, and then it was like, "Hey, you're on foot in a
Learn stuff.
and I was like,
You need to worry
"Huh,
about your suit
okay."
battery running dry for a while.
So, but yeah, no. So, I was telling. Well, before we get to that, I was telling Dust about he was in the chat about like why this is called Vlog the Bounty Hunter Returns, about our old series back on the 50-Foot Nerds channel.
Yeah.
And why it's taken so long for me to get back into this. But yeah, so I did at the beginning of the stream say that you were watching the last of the Mighty Nine. So yeah, I finished watching that this week as well. And just for anyone watching that's interested in doing that and doesn't want spoilers, because me and Zan have both watched the entire anime and the entire campaign that it's based on. So this conversation is going to be very spoiler heavy.
Spoilerific.
Yeah.
Charge the port to the left of the airlock.
So,
The building. The airlock will open right up.
yeah, I enjoyed it. There's certain things like
Across the arc.
I wasn't expecting them
I guess there was a
to.
hard fight here once the defenders pulled the power regulator.
Oh dear, I wasn't expecting them to address as like the whole the shit with like Vestarogna and
Break into the power building too.
the Nonagon. I was not expecting to come up at all.
No, same here. And like
So,
at the beginning, with all of the information about like their backstories, like they really fucking front loaded it too. And I'm like, oh, hang on a minute, this is weird. I'm used to going through like 100 hours of content before I found out about this. This is wild.
Yeah, no, that's what threw
But
me.
It makes
Is-
sense though, right? Because otherwise, all that would happen is that you'd be in like season 2, and then suddenly you'd just have like fucking 30 flashbacks. You'd be like, oh, okay, this is what we're doing.
I guess, but like the one thing I do wish they had kept, because I wanted the bit. I think I talked to you about it, like when I came over to yours when we were recording the. I am aiming at the edge. Stop it. I'm ducking. It really does not like me doing this.
Unless the team here made notes by hand, you're gonna need the power on to grab the mission data.
Sorry.
This looks horrible. What the fuck did they do to Elite Dangerous?
Yeah, I know. This is weird.
To me, it looks like you're missing it. You're 2 in.
That's where it's drawing me.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And then whenever I come up to here, it's like trying to throw me back down. You know what? Skip training! So,
Wow.
yeah,
That was horrible.
yeah. Continue.
Oh, is that a beluga you've got?
Yeah. The last thing I was doing was like passenger missions and stuff.
Oh, I fucking hated them.
Yeah, I was just doing it as a change, just because I'd been doing nothing but flying around scanning systems for a while.
Right.
So, and I was like, I want money for a new ship, and this was like at the time, passenger missions was the meta to get that. It was either that or like a lot of fighting, and I'm like, I can't be bothered with that. Like,
Yeah.
so yeah, no,
Fuck
with
that shit, I'm out.
so with the
Okay, so 3 casting things that I want to talk about really, really quickly.
yep,
Lucy Liu is in it, which is fucking absolutely incredible.
mhm.
Mark Strong voices Trent, and I
Yeah.
love Mark Strong. And also Nathan Fillion as the fucking gentleman is
Yeah, yeah.
absolutely sound.
Oh,
That's
that-
really fucking cool.
That was funny. I was watching it with Connor, right? He hadn't seen the first episodes, but they came up and he's like, "Oh, I like," and he's like talking about something about the character. He's like, he says to me like, "Oh, what's that character?" I'm like, "A witch." You mean the what are they called? The Goliath at the door, and he's like, no, the one that they're talking to. It looks like they've got a headband. The gentleman, you mean? And he's like, yeah. What are they called? I'm like, the gentleman. He's like, really? Because he wasn't. He thought I meant the gentleman's in. Oh, that's a man over there.
Oh right, okay. I see. I was confused, and I was like, "Do you mean like the race? Because they're tieflings, aren't they?" So I was like, "Yeah." Oh, right, okay.
Technically, he's a water genasi.
Oh, yeah, but you know, shut up.
Yeah. Go to concourse.
Actually, he's a water thing.
Yeah. But yeah, I did. I like it took me ages. I didn't realize it was him at first. I was like, why do I recognize his voice? What? And then
Nathan Fillion, really.
Yeah.
I'm, not to be like, woo, look at me, I'm a huge deal, but I'm a huge deal. I'm not. I heard as soon as he spoke, I was like, hang on, like that's not Matt Mercer. And then obviously because it's fucking shit Prime, I moved the mouse and it was just like Nathan Fillion. I'm like, oh my god, that's so cool.
Yeah.
I really love Nathan Fillion.
Yeah, Nathan.
Ready for action. That sound like you?
No,
Wasn't
fuck
he-
off.
Wasn't he in
No, fuck
something where he played like a robot in some kind of weird superhero thing? I'm sure he played like an android of something.
I think so.
I never watched it, so I don't really know what it was, but I know that was like a live action series that he did. But yeah, it's nothing that I'm particularly familiar with.
No. This is
But yeah.
weird that I can walk around and buy stuff like in the game now. I'm so used to all of this being panels. It's strange.
Yeah, it took me a bit of time for like the walking around and talking to people thing. And to be honest, like part of me kind of wishes they'd never done it as well, because like it's just
I've got quality weapons
it's
for discerning
not
customers.
as good as Star Citizen, nor will it be.
What are you after today?
And I'm kind of like, yeah, I just sort of wish they hadn't bothered doing it, really, in a way.
Yeah.
But you know, what do I know? Not much.
No, but what are these?
God.
It's not loading. But no, like the things that I wanted to say, apart from the fact that I wasn't expecting the whole Nonagon thing to show up as fast as it did. The fact as well that, like, because I don't remember, unless it's something that was explored in the Bright Queen comic, I don't remember the thing where, like, after Essex has to do the ritual and kill his own mom and stuff. I'm not spending money on weapons I don't need. But
Skins are guaranteed brand new. Take a look.
Back. I'm leaving. Goodbye.
Maybe
But
next time.
like the bit where she's walking away and then her nose starts bleeding to be like, oh fuck, she's got the illness as well.
Need any advice? Just let me know.
This is being jerky.
So I don't remember if the if her having the illness was actually
wide range
part
of
of
ships available. What are you looking for?
the
Here
first
if you have any
season,
questions.
like at all.
Well, that's the thing. I don't think, like, in the campaign they ever mention her having that thing.
No, I
At
don't
all.
think so either.
Which is why I was like, oh, unless it was something in like, yeah, let's transfer the ship here.
Go on, Vex.
Unless it's something that they explored in the comic, I don't think that was something that they've done before. Which is what threw me. But it's, what the fuck is that thing? That looks, not a Cobra. That's not what I clicked. Type 8 transport. I don't remember this. I know I can't afford it. I want to look at it, but that's a chunky looking bastard. But yeah, I don't remember them like ever mentioning that. Like, so there was that where like she was walking away from that. I was like, oh shit, like, is that a thing? Like, and then like I say, the whole nod on stuff. I would, whoa. It just threw me into space for a second there.
Take your submitter.
I'm gonna options. It's gonna sort this. Yeah, no, I wasn't expecting that. There was the fact that Molly finds out a lot more about the whole Magon stuff.
Yeah.
Like, that was one of the things as well. I was like, oh, that's like, I wasn't, because I remember him, like, and here's the bit where we're talking, it's going to get into big spoilers. He knew about none of that shit, and then he died knowing none of that shit, and then none of them knew about it until later on, where something's happening, and all of a sudden, Lucian's here, and they're like, what the fuck? Near the end game, like, so it's like one of those. Oh, this is being clunky as fuck. Frame rate limit. I need higher than 60 frames. Why the fuck would I need higher than that? Yeah, so like the fact that they did all that was surprising. I'm getting back to the ship. It was less weird there. Oh, yeah, waiting for the ship. Hold on. So like, wait for the. Oops. Leave me alone. But yeah, so I wasn't expecting as much of that explored. To be fair, I also thought Yasha would hear more, but I do like what they've done, and the touch that the beacon like interfered with the control that Oban has. So I could have like, oh fuck, I didn't have to fight her, but then as soon as she picked up the beacon, it like fucked with that. And she's like, please help me! And I was like, oh, that's the angle.
That's how they do it. That would make sense.
Plus, I do like, because my other worry was like that Molly's going to die at the end of season 1, and I was like, we already said spoilers, he dies. But you know what? While that is doing that, I'm just gonna come off and gonna play something else. This is being janky as fuck. So we'll let something else up, and because I think my streamer's gone a bit jank as well because of it.
Do you, Lally?
Yeah. says my bit rate. My bit rate.
Bits aren't rating.
No. Let's go back to the cam. Skip frames detected 100% over the last 2 minutes. Okay. Yeah, no. So Elite Dangerous, apparently I need to do some optimization with that. So let's refresh this now. Trying to figure out. Sorry about this. Have something else going on that's happening? Or is it the fact that no? Oh, there we go. So bitrate is back to normal. It's just the thing that's being weird. So yeah. Let's see. Frames have not been encoded. Lower your encoder settings. Actually, you don't have. Well, I've turned that off now anyway, so we can fix that some other point. But yeah, so speaking of that, I'm trying to remember the other bits because there were multiple things that I was thinking of. I was like, I need to talk about, right? You are still there, right? Yes.
I am. Yeah, I'm just letting you finish the thought.
Fair enough. So yeah, there was that about that whole thing. There was you know what we are gonna play? We're gonna dig some more holes. Because fuck it. So but sorry, I'm gonna fix this and play. Unless you want to join me in the anime horse game.
Absolutely not. Thank you for the offer, though.
Where? Oh no, that's favorites. Looking trash though. There we go. Oop. Go back over to games. Oh. Change game capture again. I'm going to go in the corner. Let's transform that. Screen. Right, so hopefully that should be working now. But the game's loud. But yeah, no, so there was that. It was, I mean, to be honest, it was just emotional seeing my effects and watching not like freaking out, like all the references to like she's collecting buttons because she's like, oh, a little boy I knew and stuff, and it's like, and her like freaking out about the water and stuff. I'm like, oh, I know why this is a thing.
Yeah, they played all of Not stuff like significantly more forward than I thought they would, to be honest.
Yeah.
And I don't really know if that adds to anything by them being just so like upfront about it. Like part of me kind of wishes that they didn't necessarily have to rush it so much.
Well, that's ow. I mean, that's one thing. I was like wondering whether like how much of it was because they have a shorter amount of episodes, right? I wondered how much of it was because of that, or like whether it was a case of because they're obviously playing it a lot darker with this series than they did with Vox Machina.
Yeah, which I much prefer.
Yeah, like it was immediately obvious that like the way that they'd done it was like more conducive to like I always thought Mighty Nine like as a series was darker anyway, right?
I think also just considerably better as well, in my opinion.
Yeah, like I'm always gonna say like Mighty Nine is my favorite of the campaigns just because the fact that was the first one that I got to start from the very beginning and watched live pretty much every week until it finished.
Yeah.
So like with the Nonagon stuff, I am looking forward to seeing that in animation. Like especially like because that end fight is so very anime coded anyway. But like I am with this series that was the other thing as well, like because they seem to have like honed some of the characters as well, especially Molly as a character. The fact that he's sort of like wandering around going like being the like the one that's sort of like giving the helpful advice and telling people like with Jester like telling her like that she's okay at what she does and like to not freak out, and like with like reassuring Not and stuff like that, and it's like, oh, that's so nice. And then like the entire time I'm going, this is just gonna make it hit harder when he dies. Oh no.
There's gonna be tears.
Yeah. But it's one of those things where like I'm trying to remember the other. It's gonna be like the anime version of, you know, all those clips of people when they were watching Game of Thrones and it got to the Red Wedding. And so you had all the clips of people who had only ever seen the TV show being filmed by their relatives who had read the book, so they knew exactly what was about to happen. It's going to be the anime version of that.
Yep, 100%.
Yeah. Which is going to be interesting. But it's, like I say, it's going to be very, very sad. I got a budget power cell.
But yeah, I mean, like I did particularly enjoy the Mighty Nine. I'm really looking forward to it. The only thing is, like, I will say I've been a little bit thrown off with just how much they are kind of skipping around and doing all of that kind of shit. I have found a bit jarring in a way, I suppose. Yeah. But you know, also I suppose it's kind of just sort of kind of expected as well in a way, really, isn't it?
Yeah, but that's what I was going to say originally, actually. Thinking about it, because I didn't finish my thought. I got interrupted by the computer being weird. Like, one of the things that we were talking about that I said, like, I wish they had more chance to explore was I wish that they hadn't, like, jumped into Caleb's backstory so fast. So
Agreed.
Then they had the option of I guess it also was the problem that they couldn't guarantee having like because the specific interaction I was looking for was during the guest episode where Kaliana, played by Mark Humes, is there. And I can't, like, I guess they can't guarantee that they'd be able to put like the guest characters in the show.
Yeah.
So because I wanted that reveal of, oh, he's got a fake name, to be a bit more like less of a, oh, this is like, oh, this was his old identity, this is his identity now, and wait for them like Caleb being a thing, and then coming up against the Volstruckers and then being like, hello, Bren, and you'd be like, what the fuck is this now? Why are they calling him something else? And then, or like the interaction I specifically wanted was because of not like introducing herself to Kaliana as Bren, and you just clock Liam as Caleb in the background, just going like doing the fucking the same reaction that in campaign 1 that Taliesin got on his face when there was a passing reference to the Briarwoods, and you just hear like it's the thing where like in the highlight clips they'll start zooming in and they'll play the Kill Bill weep, whoop, weep, siren. Yeah. So they'll start playing that, and it's like, and like and Sam didn't know what he'd done, and like I say, it was because of the a completely different reveal, which was Nott's whole thing, which was the fact that her first 3 cover names were Veth, Bren, and Otto. Veth Brenotto, which is her actual name. Again, spoilers. Like, this whole conversation is spoilers. But yeah, so I wanted more of that, and like the whole thing with Bord's accent being put on, I was expecting them to have more or like of that reveal to be later than it was.
Yeah. But they did it literally at the fucking beginning.
Yeah. But I guess because, like, again, because it's one of the, because they have less room to play with, then I guess that's why they've done that. But then the other things as well were, I didn't realize that how much like certain elements of the campaign I didn't catch because it was like a side mention of like by Matt, and I've only like now seeing it in animation has made me go, oh shit, yeah, that's what that is. Like the specific one was Connell looked at me gone out because we were watching it, and it was one of the, it was where Caleb first goes to the invulnerable vagrant, right? And meets Pumat and his 3 clones, his 3 guys, and the Pumat and his 3 guys coming soon
to a cinema near you.
Yeah, ow, my legs. But like it took me, I didn't clock until seeing that scene in the show where it's like, oh, the invulnerable vagrant, on the door it has the initials IV 4, because there's 4 of them. And I never got that until I saw the thing, and I was like, there's the door. Oh shit. Like, I even paused, like, while me and Connor were watching, I even paused it and went, oh god, of course! And he's like, what's happening?
You're like, of course, it makes so much sense.
So yeah. Hold on a sec. So Nightmare, first time in chat. So you can I am a trans woman. You can see that down below. Either get with the program or shut the fuck up. So yeah, so I do think that I did like that, and so the pillar trap, and like when the whole gang goes to the invulnerable vagrant, and Jester's like, oh, what's this? And he's like, oh yeah, it's dust that makes anything you want magically delicious. And I'm like,
Like, go on, then.
yeah,
That's
and
coming with me.
Yeah, she's like, okay. I'm like, oh, I know what this is. I know what this is setting up. I'm like, I can't believe they touched on that so fucking early, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and it's like so many things that I'm like, ooh, bathroom skills. There's so many things that that appeared that I'm like, oh, this is where, like, it's one of those things where the people just watching the anime are like, oh, that's interesting, and anyone who's watched the campaign like us are gonna be like, that.
Oh shit.
Yeah. No, which is why the whole like Vesterogna thing, where she like went and found Molly and started being like especially when she started like holding him against the wall and being like, I'm the Nonagon now what are you doing here? And he's like, I have no fucking clue what you're talking about. And which is, like I say, I was like, what the fuck? They're doing, they're exploring this now, like because I wasn't like, I fully wasn't expecting that to happen. Which I keep harping on about the Nonagon thing, but it's like I say, it's a whole thing of I just wasn't expecting so much setup that oops, what have I done? Press escape. Let me come out of the screen. Oh, there we go. Yeah, like, such a good fucking show though. Like, it is definitely like you said, it is way better in my, like, as much as I like The Legend of Vox Machina, right? Mighty 9 is always going to be my favorite.
Like, Vox Machina's fine. Like, it's cool to get people into it and all of that good stuff. But yeah, I don't think you can really compare them, to be honest.
No, it's like what they said before, where it's like Vox Machina is very much the them going into the, like, exploring the classic hero trope kind of stuff. Whereas Mighty 9 is getting into the more, like, fucking, the world is fucked. Politics is fucked. Everyone, like, people do horrible shit to each other. Like, kind of stuff. Which is the kind of, like, games that I enjoy, which is why, like, I play fucking Cyberpunk, and why, fucking, I mean, John's not going to come back into to watch my fucking streams. So, like, for example, in my game that I'm running for a bunch of my mates, like, one of the examples is for John's backstory. There was a whole thing that I have tied quite close to, like, because I've had plenty of, like, it's weird multiversal shit, so, like, but, like, with John's character's backstory, Oshk, for example, she is very much like he was like, oh yeah, there was like the town that she grew up in, like, was very like xenophobic kind of thing, and because like she'd like they'd been raided by this roving band of like orcs and stuff, and that's how she was born, because one of the orcs like took her mum as a like, which is why she's a half orc and stuff, and then and all of this sort of stuff, and building up, and then like this whole thing, which it's funny because John said to me like afterwards, he's like, yeah, I went back and reread what I wrote when I was coming up with Oshk's backstory, and you can tell that I was going through some shit and needed therapy at the time. I'm like, okay, fair. And it's yeah, because it's like where he's saying like her backstory basically. Green container? Is that the green container? No, it's around the back of there. Where basically she had a... That one. Purple! Where, like, she had a boyfriend, and then the in secret, but then the town found out, and then basically did this whole ritual where, like, as a punishment, and her mum kept it secret, so as a punishment, the I ended up like making it so like the town was run by High Inquisitor and Inquisitor and High Priest, sorry, right? And then it's like due to their like very xenophobic kind of thing, like they ended up doing this fucking ritual where like she was basically made to watch as her like some shit happened, and then they slit her boyfriend's throat like in the fucking town square as an example, and shit. Yeah. And so he doesn't know this, which anyone watching like that knows John, spoilers. I'm presuming that you won't tell him. So
I fucking will.
Oh, great.
I'm gonna send him a link to the VOD.
Okay. Well, I did like send, because I got art commissioned, which some of the art that I've got for my campaign, I'm proud to say, like, I went out of my way to get so Matt Mercer made the Blood Hunter subclass, right?
Yeah. Which is what Molly is, right?
Yes, he is. And like Kree is like a blood cleric type thing. Like all of the Tomb Takers are like variants of Blood Hunter, blood cleric type thing. And so in the art that he got made for the infographic that he originally put on, it's on D&D Beyond now, but it was on I've forgotten the Drive-Thru RPG, where you could buy it originally, is by Yoma Keto, I think is how you pronounce his name. Joma. And I commissioned him to do the art of the bad guys for me for that John has to deal with for his backstory. And like I went out, my legs. I went out of my way to basically be like, I'm like, okay, I want these to be like, so the idea of the cult is like, it's basically based on like very American white supremacist bullshit, which is to make it like very satisfying when my players inevitably like destroy them. Nice. So I was like, okay, so I want their faces to be very reminiscent of like the High Priest is going to be very reminiscent of like Jordan Peterson types, and the Inquisitor is very like fucking, oh god, what's his name? Fucking shouts a lot, complained about the frogs being gay. Alex Jones.
Alex Jones.
Yeah. yeah, that kind of vibe, right? And
Nice.
so, but one of the things that I did, because I was talking about like how it would work. Like this is the thing where I was telling you, like with the backstory, I ended up making it so so like I got so into it that I started coming up with magical like industrial diseases and shit. I was like, oh, I know I'm going into the weeds with this, but I need it to. I want it to be like believable and this kind of like thing. So like
that is your thing though, isn't it? That's kind of like, in my opinion, that's sort of where you tend to get most of your enjoyment out of it as well. As
oh
like,
yeah,
getting
yeah,
into
like
it and getting into the weeds and like really having a look at all of this kind of stuff, which is cool. I mean, you know, when it comes to D&D, like my favorite thing about D&D is when you can like, to be honest, actually, I think my favorite part about D&D isn't actually playing D&D. It's about coming up with stories and themes and doing all of that kind of shit.
yes,
I think.
yeah, no, exactly. That's one of my favorite bits. Oh, I'm stuck in a hole. Fucking. But yeah, no, that's like some of my favorite shit as well. Which is why I go overboard, and I know like. John especially like is one of the players that like super appreciates it to a point where like he was very excited where him and because Oshk has since like in the my version of the Nine Hells has got a girlfriend, and they now have an apartment in Hell together. And so, like, we did a thing where we were talking about how everything would run and stuff. And we got on a call, and I basically opened up one of the. In fact, I will swap over to that in a bit. Is because I know I keep swapping games and shit, but it's relevant to what we're talking about. Let me sell this. Save. Yes. Back. Quit. Yep. There we go. Right, so let me just. Where is the map thing? I don't know if you've ever seen this map maker software.
What's it called?
Well, Dungeon Alchemist.
Yeah, I've got it. I used that for my last campaign.
Ah, nice. Oh, it doesn't say that you've got it like on Steam. Did you get it? Where else?
I've got it on Steam. I'm pretty sure it's Dungeon Alchemist anyway. If it's not that, it's something incredibly similar to it, which I have used for the thingy.
Fair enough. Yeah, I'm just opening that now. I'm just gonna change this to Might 9 and D&D chat with Zan, because that's that's basically what this stream is going to be, I think.
That's what we're doing.
Yeah. There we go. Then I will show you the map that I made. Oh, nope. It loads. Just fix that. Great. Oh. Yeah, I know. File. Open. Where the fuck did I save it?
That's the question.
Yeah.
While you do that, I'm just going to go and get a beer. I'll be 2 secs.
Yeah, no worries. Hello, Connor. What's up? That last I saw, you brought it down because you were trying to use it in the kitchen. Oh well, like if it was on that table, it's probably fallen down in front of the table when I accidentally knocked it over yesterday. It's the only thing I can think of. Just trying to.
What are you finding?
I'm trying to find the maps, like where I would have put them. But no, what I did was I ended up hat. Yep, there we go. Open. Found it. Right, so yeah, he was excited because I was like, "Hey, guess what? I've made here you go. I've made your apartment a map of your apartment that you now have." And so I've got their apartment that they've got together, Oshk and her girlfriend, and like and I ended up using this, like Dungeon Alchemist is really cool for this as well. Like I ended up, for one of my other games, I ended up using it to make a weird map for some like haunted nursery thing that they went into and found like a weird like a weird zombie woman.
Cool.
Yeah. Ah, my ears. But yeah, so I tend to go overboard. But like one of the things was that that whole ritual thing where it's like, oh, so like one of the things that I've decided to do is when she goes back to the town, the Inquisitor has like this. I decided to go full 40k with the Inquisitor, right? So they've got like a bit of their own kind of retinue thing, and like attendees and stuff. And one of the things I was like, oh, you know what would be cool? Because the whole like the government that they work for, like the kingdom, is very like Christo-fascist, kind of like religio-fascist kind of. So I was like, oh, it makes sense to have like kind of like the Imperium of Man. So I was like, okay, it makes sense to play into that whole Inquisitor kind of angle. Yep. So it was like, oh, you know what? Like he would have known soldiers, but they would have developed, they're sadistic enough that they would have developed like weird, like arcane shit, kind of like, weirdly enough, kind of like in, I believe this was in campaign. I can't remember if it was campaign 2 or campaign 3 now. There was some of the Critical Role stuff where there were the weird figures where they just had like these masks just affixed to their faces, and like these big strong anti-magic things. I Kind of like, you know, like how again going into Game of Thrones, how the mountain came back as like that weird undead thing, right?
Yep.
Yeah, and was used as like an enforcer. Like, I was like, oh, they'd have something like that, and then my mind immediately went to like the weird arcoflagellants that 40k things have. So I'm thinking like, oh, this guy has like this weird fucking like kind of like pallid skin looking arcoflagellant thing with like this like a helmet. Where have I just I because I put a hand over my face, I keep forgetting that like I'll vanish and come back. But so there's I'm going into the middle of the screen, fuck it, while we talk. So there's that I was like, oh, I'll do that purely for the, so then when they're fighting, Oshk can like knock the helm off and it's made from the body of her old boyfriend.
Okay.
Because I'm fucking evil. But I feel like I've made up for it because some of the things that I'm doing, like the other things, is like when because I'm working on making like some documents that she's requested from her hellish contacts that have been spying on the old town to get like a more up-to-date map of what the town looks like now, like the organization and stuff. And one of the things that has come up is the fact that there is this weird fucking force that the locals call der Urvergeist, like the clockwork ghost, and it's like this weird fucking half mechanical like spectre thing that just shows up out of nowhere and like keeps leading these fucking revolts and stuff, and like against the people, like not against the common folk, against the fascist regime. Like the fascists are like, oh, we don't know what this is. Where the fuck is this coming from? Because they can never keep track of it.
Right.
And the end point is going to be, because Oshk sort of like after this whole thing like left the town, like sort of in this weird like haze, wandered around like by herself for ages before she ended up getting to a point where she met Jay's oldest character, Geraint, and they ended up bonding, and like she came round a bit, and he was like, oh, maybe it was 2 or 3 years. I'm like, it's been a bit longer than that, because some of the wandering, like she was in this weird state and ended up walking through the areas of the like because I've already established that in certain like very foresty areas and things like that, there's like parts of the world where the veil between like the normal world and the Feywild kind of like vary.
Right.
And so like, and one of the other things as well is that in the Feywild, that like oceans aren't oceans, they're like vast, like dense area, like, because the topography like is kind of the same as the material realm, but like as the the oceans, instead of being oceans, they're like vast like forests, and you get like weird creatures in the forest. So it's possible for like Fey creatures to just walk through these giant forests and like shift from continent to continent in the real world. And like but she ends up walking, and then she ends up finding this old hag, and she has no memory of this, like but like talking to her and about like keeping her sister safe and stuff, and making this weird deal with a hag. So the Urvergeist it turns out like a whole bunch of time has, like, way longer than Oshk thinks has passed, and her sister, who was like maybe 4 when she left, is now like pretty much an adult, like a young adult, and also hex blood and an artificer. So the Urvergeist is her sister, like organizing a rebellion.
Nice. That sounds
Yeah,
cool.
yeah, and then so because I want the reveal like at the end to be like, oh, like Oshk trying to go like, oh, I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna protect my sister, and be like, oh fuck, she can protect herself by way of me accidentally giving her powers. Because of but then one of the other things as well, because in the story, when me and John and fucking George went to see Igor in Manchester, one of the things I was like, okay, like out of all the props I've been trying to make you, I already told you about the fucking servo skull that I've got that I'm making him. Yeah. One of the things I was like, okay, one of the bits that I've managed to complete so far is this little letter that is the letter that Oshk found laid on the table in her house before her mum wandered off into the woods and killed herself.
Nice.
Yeah, this is from that was John's part of the story. Like, he said that she did that. I was like, okay, well, here's a... Oh, thank you for banning them, by the way.
You're welcome.
Yeah. So, I was like, okay, well, here's a letter, and added some of those, so I gave it him in person, like this physical letter. I was like, okay, so I've told you in text, I'm going to tell you again now. Do not read this until you're in a good frame of mind, because I made it sad. As you would expect. So, and which he
Well,
did
dead
read.
parent.
Yeah, which he did read, and then it was like, but there's other elements in there where, like, I said, weirdly enough, if he looked, because of like the weird connections that the campaign has to like this whole multiversal thing and the different layers and stuff, a lot of the campaign does have like ties to House of Leaves, because of course it does, it's me.
Yeah, I remember you telling me.
Yeah. So some of the phrases and some of the bits in the letter relate to that,
Yep.
which will then come back. But the idea was basically like when where they found her, like what is going to happen is, and my idea when they go back to it. Anyone watching, again, spoilers. John, if you're here, fuck off. Is that when he finally comes, and I wanted it to be a like what? You okay?
Yeah. Go on.
Okay. Sorry, it was just you just burst into laughter out of nowhere.
It's fine. Fine.
Okay. But like my final intention for them was basically like they'd end up going to the Hag. And one of the things that had already been established as well was Jay's character, Sorrow, had again, like for some reason, like his mum had also like gone crazy and wandered into the woods, and everyone presumed she'd killed herself.
As a theme here.
Yeah, it's weird that they both went for that. Well, I think John specifically said, "My mum killed herself," and then I specified that she went to a tree that they both like used to picnic together at when Oshk was little, and used that tree to hang herself from. With Jay, he specifically said, okay, my character's mum, my character's dad is, which brings it back to the Mighty Nine actually, because
Oh, of course.
because you know the Traveler,
Yes.
that's Sorrow's dad.
Okay.
Yeah, because of him being an archfey, and I'd already like established that. Like, I was like, well, the Feywild and things and different like material, like of these extra dimensions, are like all connected to like every material plane. So
Okay.
you get characters crossing from different like material plane like worlds to other ones via like the plane of fire, or like going through the city of Sigil or whatever, right? So I was like, okay, so any characters that come from anything are technically canon because it just works that way.
Yeah.
So Jay was like, oh, just as a joke, because my character is an elf that's also like Eladrin now, that's got long flowing red hair and stuff, like very much based on like old Celtic myths and stuff.
Okay.
He was like, oh yeah, so Artagan the Traveler is Sorrow's dad, like, and Sorrow's mum was like, oh, I had a romance with an archfey and stuff, and no one ever fucking believed her, and like she would babble like this random like language that she always like was like, oh, this is archfey language, but it was actually like nonsense babbling and stuff, and she was a bit crazy, and then she just wandered into the woods never to be seen again, and everyone was just like, oh, she must have died in the woods somewhere. Like, so the twist that I planned was she went through one of these archfey like one of these things into the Feywild, and she's ended up becoming a hag.
Of course. Yep.
And wandering to a different continent, which is the hag that Oshk ran into, which is why their fates are tied together. And so at the end of this whole thing where Oshk is getting stuff together, like they're like, oh, we meet they meet the hag, and then Oshk's memories come flooding back, like after her sister takes her to see the hag, and then and she's speaking this weird babble language, and Sorrow's like, wait a second, and it turns out it's Sorrow's mum, and then Sorrow's mum has also brought back Oshk's mum as a dryad. So I'm like, hooray! There's actually a happy ending for once. Like, that's the idea of where to go. But first, they've got to get through a whole shit ton of like killing fascists. So,
of course,
yeah. Because I mean, it's my game. What would it be without killing fascists? Because like the place that I made was like, I ended up going for like when Oshk was little. It was like, oh, here's the main town that used to be like a little fishing village, and there was little bits, and then it ended up expanding into like a mining town. So like over the river, there was like the old town, which is where like Oshk and like a few of the like the older citizens lived, like they'd been there for a while, and then the newer like mining area like sprung up on the other side, and then they came across like during that they came across like basically magical oil, like Erdblood it's called, which is like a liquid version of you know, fucking Residuum.
No, I don't know
So,
what that is, but carry on.
Residuum's that thing in Vox Machina, the weird green crystals, like in the Mighty Nine that he was shoving in their arms.
Yeah.
That like amplifies magic. So it's like a liquid version of that, basically.
Right.
And then, like, as Oshk has been gone, everything's sort of like the old mining town has been like demolished, and they've made a big, because it ended up becoming, they'd round all the poor people into like one conglomerate like thing, and so it's ended up being the old town, which is where all the all the pure people live. Like, so that's become a gated community, right? And then and then the old and the mining town has ended up being built into like this weird like town, but also a prison complex, kind of like the walled city of Kowloon, which was that place in China where it was like all the buildings were crammed together and ended up like forming, like they'd build bridges in between all the places, so like, and it was all like fucking weird, and like they'd build shit on top of each other and stuff. And it's like that, except there's a
just
great...
like Edinburgh.
Yeah, kind of, except even more cramped together. And then, but with a giant fucking panopticon in the middle to keep an eye on everything, and then like, and stuff. So, and then a lot of the, poor people have to work in the oil field, like the Erdblood fields, where they're like pumping up this fucking shit, and like that's where the magical industrial diseases come in, and like, and all the kids end up being like, they have to keep the kids like hidden, because when the guards find any of the kids of like good stock, swish, like whoosh, meaning human kids, because like kids of other races, they're just like whatever, you can just die on the streets or whatever. But like any like human kids like end up being taken away and being sent into to the gated community and being brainwashed in this fucking, like magically brainwashed in this fucking re-education facility by the family that were Osh's boyfriend's parents. But
the boyfriend's parents.
Yeah, they were also like against the thing, which is why like they're very like complicit with the fascist nonsense. And to add insult to injury, the building is adapted like it was. They destroyed Osh's and her mum's old house and built the re-education facility on top of it. Because why not? Because they lived like next door to each other, basically. So they're like, that's the re-education facility, and then they've got their own like fucking mansion, and like they like ended up adopting. They ended up taking in Oshk's sister.
Okay.
Her like full human sister, who has managed to, all this time like in public, she's managed to convince them that she's one of them, and so and with like veiled spells and stuff, like hides the fact that she's Hexblood and stuff. And like, so I'm building up this whole thing for that, and yeah. I can't remember why I went off on this. Like,
I have no idea.
I just decided, I need to get this off my chest, apparently. But yeah, no.
Okay.
So like, that's why I like these kind of dark stories, which is why like I appreciate the Mighty Nine. And why like I do like the fact that they do have the. You know, one thing that fucking got me, that another thing that I forgot that they mentioned in the original campaign and hit me like a fucking truck when they did it in the show, was when it was showing Caleb's backstory, and he's talking about like how he burnt down the house with his parents still in, and I forgot that the cat was also still in there.
Yeah, the cat really got me.
Yeah, and I was like, oh no, like especially like remembering in the first episode, like one of the first episodes where he finally got the Find Familiar spells but couldn't cast it properly. So it was very much where he was trying to get his old pet cat back, and like it didn't stick, and he immediately bursts out crying again. And I was like, Oh no. Like I was so fucking sad. And fuck it, I'm just going to my webcam screen. But so like I wanted to I do appreciate that they're doing some of that sort of stuff as well, but it's like I say, I'm surprised at how much they're cramming in so fast. But it's the limits of I guess it's the limits of being an anime rather than because with a campaign, like how many episodes were there? Were 118 episodes of the campaign, and most of those were like 4-hour episodes.
Yeah,
and the final episode was like 8 hours. So managing to cram all of that into like an anime series is going to be fucking difficult. I don't know, like, but what they've done so far is really good. I wasn't expecting. Now, in fact, let me just check. I think I'm doing what I've done previously, like when I'm trying to remember stuff that happens. Yeah, okay. Because I was thinking, like, I always get confused when in the timeline the bit where they end up fighting Oban with Yasha and that. Like, but that's not going to be until much later. I always think that it's the same time as that first assault, but it isn't, because there's a whole thing before that. So, like, found, and then yeah. Because I was just looking it up on the Critical Role wiki. But yeah, no. So I'm looking forward to that being a thing. And like the other thing is, I do wonder if they are going to have any of the guest characters at all, because like I know like obviously they've not had Callie, and they've not had when did Shikasta turn up? Oh, okay. Not until later. Okay, fair enough. Oh, there was a bit like earlier where he was there, because I was like, because Shikasta's played by Carrie Payton, who is another famous voice actor. So I was like, well, I expect him to turn up at some point, but they'll probably put him in when they're dealing with the whole with the Iron Shepherds and stuff. If they do that, like, well, they're gonna have to do that because it's the Iron Shepherds that kill Molly, so they are going to have to do that. Thinking about it. Sorry, Zan, I'm talking random bullshit at you.
Yeah, I think I understood about 3% of that.
Okay. I'm just trying to think of like where they'd have like some of the guest characters, like if they would at all. And like I was getting confused as to what part of Yasha's storyline we were in, but we're at the beginning, so it's fine. But yeah. Because, like I said, I always forget, like, whether it's the first trip to Zadash or the second trip to Zadash that everything goes fucking weird with Yasha. But, like, seeing as they've only just met Yasha, it would not make sense for things to go weird with her already. But yeah. Anywho. So yeah, that was I'm trying to remember what. Let me just go into. Was there any other things that you thought of from the Mighty Nine series that you were like, oh, this is weird, or like, I like that they did this, or whatever?
I mean, like, I enjoy for what it is because it's just the Mighty Nine, which is my favorite fucking campaign that they've done.
Yeah.
I think all of the characters are really good. Like, I was a bit surprised with how much they fronted like the whole knot thing.
Yeah.
I was
Like, they
surprised
haven't
with just how much they fronted everything really from everyone.
Yeah.
But I think also they've actually adapted it really well for it to be a TV show instead.
Yeah.
Like I said before, without having to do like fucking 1,000,001 flashbacks at a later date when like they'll be in the middle of a fight and then it'll come back to some like really important thing that makes people go, oh, like they're drip feeding it to people throughout, which is really nice.
Yeah.
I think that with that though, they probably could have cut a little bit of it as well. Like, you don't know what's on the cutting room floor anyway, right? But
No.
like with the whole consume thing happening so much, like realistically, they could have cut that short in a huge way. Like, it could have just been like a one and done, and it would have been like, all right, yeah, cool. Like, I get it. I forgot.
I guess
how...
like at this point, that is very much a driving part of like Ford's story, though. So I kind of like, I give that kind of a pass.
The problem is though, is that like there's fucking 6 of them, and they all have driving points in the story though as well. So like,
Yeah.
because there is so much going on all of the times, I do think they could have streamlined it a little bit more.
Like
but
that,
yeah,
that's
like,
where
I'm still really enjoying it.
Yeah, that's where if they had like an extra 2 episodes, that could have been to their benefit, just to be able to pace things.
Why
a
are they
bit more
doing
with that.
Why are they doing less episodes?
I don't know.
Because Vox Machina did really fucking well, right? As far as I'm aware.
Yeah, like, because Vox Machina, they crowdfunded and then got the show made out of it, whereas this one, just because of how well Vox Machina's done, like, Amazon was like, yeah, here you go, like, you can do Mighty Nine as well.
Yeah.
So I don't know why they've ended up going for 8 episodes a season rather than...
Because what was Critical Role like? What was Vox Machina like? 14?
Vox Machina was like 12, I think.
12.
Let me just check. Yeah, each season of Vox Machina was 12. So they had like 4 extra episodes per season. So,
that's an extra 12 episodes by the time season 3 will finish, which is mental. Like, yeah, I don't know why.
Which is why I was like, which is why like I feel if they'd had like an extra 2 episodes, maybe, the whole like consume thing could have, I feel, wouldn't have felt as rushed for you. Because, like I say, I didn't mind, especially because I think now that he's got the iron just fucking thrown it in his chest like he was supposed to, I think that's probably going to calm down a bit. You'll just hear, like, little snippets of it when he's using his power. It was, like, trying to get him to absorb the fucking eye. It was just the problem was like it was doing that at the same time as everything was fucking going to shit. So it felt like, oh fuck, everything is being thrown at us at the exact same time, which was why it felt a little bit overwhelming. I feel like one of the things
for that bit though, it made sense because actually by him not being there, he was able to save the party, wasn't he?
Yeah, well, that bit with the swing, yeah, I'm meaning like at the end, like when they're fighting the Kryn warrior who does the darkness, and none of them can see, and he's like, fucking, and then all of a sudden he gets the booming consume, and then he's like remembers the dream, and he's like, okay, pulls the orb out, shoves it in his chest, and then his eyes go funny, and all of a sudden he can see through the darkness now, and manages to save Jester and stuff, and goes all weird and scary. I did like that they did include the bit where Ford's like being nice to Jester, and he's like, hey, don't talk to my friend that way, and she's like, okay, Oscar, and he's like, what?
Yeah, because that's from, isn't it Tusk Love or whatever it is?
Yeah.
Yeah, which I really fucking love. And I forgot that Jester and the gentleman end up bonding over the whole Tusk Love bit as well. It's like,
yeah, that was fun. I do wish like they'd like, again, it's another side character that obviously doesn't have to be there in the anime, but I did enjoy the interactions that they had with the smutty book saleswoman.
I loved that.
Yeah, I loved her, and like, so I was like looking forward to them talking to her. But I am glad that not only does Matt get to be Essek, be Hot Boy Essek, he also gets to be like Enchanter Pumat Sol, like, because like that's another one of his fucking iconic characters. And the fact that he got introduced the exact same way is like, I am Enchanter Pumat Sol, and I am also Enchanter Pumat Sol, and I am also Enchanter Pumat. Yeah. Like, I was so happy that they got to do that. And then fucking, I want to know what that scroll was that Caleb swiped.
Yeah.
While
I don't know about that one.
While Frumpkin was doing cat shit.
I love that Frumpkin was just like floating around on a fucking flying lantern.
Yeah, like just generally being a nuisance cat. I'm like, yep, that's good. One thing as well that I guess it works better for the campaign rather than the anime was because when Caleb introduced himself, like, and they got the description, he had like, the way that he was depicted was he had like, when he opened his coats, he had two books in like the little holster type things in his coat.
I really liked that, you know. I thought it was a really fucking cool addition. Because I was hoping for that because of the fact that like, obviously the one of them on his right side was his spell book, and he'd use that to do the spells and shit. And like for the first few, like the first like maybe 15 episodes, like, and he'd occasionally bring up like the looking at the book in the left hand side, and occasionally, and they'd all be like, oh, what is it? But then no one, and it'd never be revealed until the fucking epilogue of the campaign where he's talking about like the book, and he finally reveals that the entire book was letters he wrote to his parents that he was going to give them when he fixed the past. And I was like, oh god, Liam, no! Yeah.
Like, the fact that, like, and he was like, especially seeing as earlier in that he'd finally got the thing where he's like, okay, here's the Dunamancer thing, here's the thing where we can actually affect time and shit. Do you want to go back and do that? And he ends up disintegrating it instead. And then he goes back to his old town and like he pulls out the book of the letters that he did and teleports it into the ground between the graves of his parents. I'm like, fuck. I remember watching that and just fucking crying so hard.
Yeah.
Like,
it was really good. I
Yeah.
do think that one of the bonuses for them expediting a lot of this information is that Caleb is actually off the bat significantly more likable. Because like
More-
at the beginning,
more
obviously
sympathetic,
he's doing
yeah.
that kind of because he's obviously doing that kind of like edgy fucking like German character thing.
yeah.
Which is fine for a campaign when you've got all of that time that you can like really, you can really settle into that kind of
Yeah.
experience.
I mean, plus, like
Um,
like you were saying when we were talking as well, there's more space for the comedy in like such long episodes.
Yeah, completely.
Whereas,
And also, like, I think another, just speaking comedy as well, another really big distinction that I have between Vox and the Nine
Mhm.
is that Grog, to me, ended up just being like a comedy wanker. And I know that his character did actually have quite a lot of cool stuff and good moments and everything. But
Yeah.
watching Vox Machina, like the seasons, or rewatching them recently anyway, I just remembered how much I actually ended up finding Grog to be a bit of a fucking annoyance more than anything else.
yeah, I mean, like there's certain Grog moments that I was looking forward to, like the whole where Scanlan dies and he's like, fix him, which I think was in the newest season, and like I am looking forward to the thing like now that he's got found the deck of many things.
Yeah.
Like some of the shit with that. But it was very much like, and you can see like when you watch the campaign as well, one of the things that Travis was finding very frustrating was the fact that he'd want to as a player, be able to be like, okay, well, I've got ideas for the strategy. Here's what we need to do. And he's like, but I can't chime in because like, I can give you these ideas above the table, but I can't do it in character because Grog wouldn't know this shit. Which is why like which is why Ford comes across like way more like presented and like he's being a lot more like involved in the hey, maybe we should do this and like doing the suggestions and stuff, which is why I like another reason why I like Ford as a character is it allowed Travis to be able to explore that kind of more tactical side. There are elements where Ford does lean a little Grog and he's like, no, I need the adrenaline, like later on. but like again, it's one of those things where because Ford does have that side to him as well, he can do that without, but still have that other side to him. Whereas like how Jester is basically just Laura Bailey, like Laura Bailey with a funny accent. Like that's all Jester is.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that was a nice touch that as well when Jester and Ford were in the House of Mirrors and they went past the one mirror where you saw them as Travis and Laura. I did like that little Easter egg. That was
that
fun.
thing?
Yeah. When they were going through the House of Mirrors, there was one where they were
They were pirates.
Pirates
Just to check their cock.
Yep. And then like after the one where she checks her dick, where she wants to check her dick. They then walk past a mirror where they appear as human, and their human appearances are based on Travis and Jester.
Oh, I thought
Based on
okay.
Travis and Laura. Sorry.
Do you remember what episode that was? Was it 2?
2, yeah. Yeah, I thought that was a cool touch. And the other thing as well that I liked was when they were gonna split up, right? When Jester's feeling a bit like sad about everything and talking to Molly, and he pulls out the tarot the oracle card, which is joy and chaos, right?
Yeah.
and says, "Keep it. I can make another one." Right? That was another one. Was like, I like that because I have the Molly Mock Jester Oracle Tarot set that they made.
Yeah.
And the Joy and Chaos card has Jester on it. So I was like,
oh, that's so cute.
Yeah, I was like, I like that as a little touch. So I was like, oh, cool. Like, to a point where I paused it and I was like, hold on, Connor, I need to go and find this card. I couldn't find it because I forgot my cards are upstairs. And I was like, I'm not going all the way upstairs just to do this. But because I thought I have two separate ones, like one that I would keep as is, then another one where I've used elements to go in my Magpie like tarot deck. So where I've just like made a tarot deck out of like all sorts of different cards and shit. But I was like, oh, that's cool that they added that in. That's a nice touch. And like there's so many. And one of the other things as well was, which I haven't even got to, because I need to catch up with campaign 3. Because I'm on episode like 102, I think, where it's finally got to them. Like,
is it actually good?
I like it. That it's a bit much and a bit like I was getting a bit of burnout, and the bit that I had just finished was like a 3-episode arc, which was a sort of like mini-series flashback thing to during the Divergence, or like during the Divergence, where Aor was like starting the whole thing where they were trying to like fucking kill the gods and shit, right? And so I've just finished that bit, and they've just met a new character. And when I was watching the episode of Mighty Nine where Jester and Not like vandalize the one of the Temple of Halor, I think it was, and one of the voices is like, "Stop that!" And I'm like, I recognize that voice. That sounds like Sam, or like spoilers. And like, or it's well, it sounded like one of them anyway. I can't remember who it is, but like it sounded like a character I kind of recognized. So I looked it up, and it's like, oh shit, it's a campaign 3 like a character that ends up coming up in campaign 3. And I was like, oh, that's a nice touch. Like, especially seeing as in Vox Machina, technically there is also a campaign 3 character, although you don't really get that until you're watching campaign 3, because like, how much of campaign 3 did you see, or have you not seen any?
Probably about I don't know, like maybe 4 episodes, and I just didn't enjoy any of it.
Fair enough. Do you mind me giving you spoilers for things then?
Yeah, go for it. I don't give a shit.
Okay,
as soon as, is it Cheney or whatever, Travis and Sam's character, as soon as their two got together, I was like, okay, Travis clearly just wants to be some wacky little fucking arsehole. I'm bored already.
Oh, Chetney. Travis
Chetney,
is...
yeah, whatever.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong, like, later on, Chetney does go through some character arcs where I'm like, okay, I enjoyed... There is some, like, build-up and stuff, but he is very, like, he's taking that campaign to be like, I don't want to be, like, a focus character. Let me be a side character, so the campaign can focus on other people. But Lordna, which is Marisha's character, ends up revealing that because she is Hollow One, what are they called? The ones where it's like a body comes back to life without a soul, basically.
Right.
And she is she was the person who the Briarwoods like brought up for the banquet and then killed and decked up as decked up to look like Vexalia and hung from the tree in Whitestone.
Yeah.
That was but then after that she then just woke up again and she was like, oh shit, this is weird, and then has been living as like a weird fucking witch woman for ages. But then yeah, so it was Sam's character Breus that he ends up like returning to the campaign with, because he had his character FCG, Fresh Cut Grass, the little robot guy, ended up like sacrificing himself to save his friends. And then for ages, which was sad in the campaign, but it was also because it was leading up to Sam being like, yeah, I need to take a break because I'm being treated because I have throat cancer.
Yeah.
Yeah, which he's recovered from and he's doing well and we're happy about. But then he comes back as Breus Doomseed, as a Minotaur, who aggressively flirts with everyone, who's like in service to one of the whatever Asmodeus, right? And it turns out he ended up going to Asmodeus because he used to follow Pelor until an evil tiefling and goblin duo fucked up the chapel where he worked, and he got the blame for not guarding it properly and got exiled from the church. I was like, okay. So I appreciate, like, and I didn't know this like until I was watching the episode, and it showed in the, because we had the subtitles on purely because in the previous scene, Not had taken all the stuff off and she'd been drinking and she was yelling in the next to the water fountain going, "Hey Zadash, look at me, I'm a fucking goblin, better stay clear of me or I'll eat your cats and your genitals." Because I wasn't sure what she said before genitals, so I put the captions on and just left them on. So then when it got into the thing where they'd done that, and like I did like the line read when the priest came in, where it's like, "Quick, we need to help the what the fuck!" Like I did appreciate that line read. But then as they were doing that, like one of the captions said, "Breus, get down here." I was like, "Breus?" And then that was when I looked into it. I was like, "Oh shit." So I do like they do have these little crossover things, but I am, as much as I do like, I do want to see what happens when they meet my boy Caddy, because Caduceus was my favorite character of the Mighty Nine. Like hell, I'm wearing my Caduceus cardigan right now.
Nice.
But yeah, like you say, like the way that it's the story is being told seems like it is way more like, it's more satisfying than Vox Machina, I guess. But I guess it depends what kind of story you're into. Like we said, Vox Machina is more of a like a traditional hero story type thing that gets a bit like tangly and sad at the end, whereas this is like very much weird political intrigue and a band of misfit motherfuckers like fighting the system.
I think Vox Machina is a really good introduction to for people who like fantasy already but don't necessarily understand the world of D&D.
Yes.
And it's a lot more like kind of clear cut, and it's pretty easy to follow. There aren't like Well, it's not that there aren't any giant surprises or anything. That's not true at all. But I do think
Yeah.
I do think it's easier to sort of follow along with and digest.
Uh-huh.
Whereas I think with the Mighty Nine, like a lot of the intrigue I found with like Ford, say for
Like a
instance, is just the
traditional
fact
hero
that he's like a
storytelling.
fucking warlock, but actually he's like a warlock fighter subclass thing kind of deal.
Yeah.
And like the sort of like actual gameplay implications of that and the mechanics of that I find really interesting. So yeah, I think the way that they've done it makes sense and works, very well. Because I think it'd be weird if you went from Mighty Nine to Vox Machina and you'd be like, hang on, this is weird. I preferred the other one, I think. But also like
definitely.
the fact of Vox Machina basically starts out with like some fucking absolutely gnarly, like, kind of vampiric-y, gothic-y fucking coolness. I would say though, I did find that what's his fucking Liam's character? What's he called?
Vaxeldon.
No, sorry.
Caleb?
Who am I thinking? Caleb. Yeah. I found it a little bit annoying with the whole like pepper box thing. I've got to admit, like I generally speaking prefer.
Oh, you mean
D&D when
no?
there aren't
Do you
guns.
mean Talison's character?
Talison's
Percy?
character? Yes, that's the one. Sorry, it's Percy. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Well, that was kind of a carryover because they'd developed that before, like, they even introduced it as a game, which is why I do like how they sort of introduce that in the game, as being like the fucking, oh god, what's the fucking hold on, Orthax, sorry, right, Orthax basically being like, here's a thing, and like inspiring his weird, like, because he was always a tinkerer anyway, like an Orthax being like, oh, here's the weird fucking idea thing I'm gonna plant in your head, and then that turning into the thing now where, like, in campaign 2 and campaign 3 you've got firearms a lot more like end up becoming a bit more like available. Like in campaign 2 they're a bit more present, and then by campaign 3 you've got like they are
Peasants with guns.
I think not that far, but like there are like the Whitestone Guard all have rifles and stuff like that. But it's the kind of thing, like, because D&D itself introduced the Artificer class, which has that as a thing, and like and stuff. So it's just like expanding that. It's just the only thing was with Vox Machina, it was originally a class because the home game was in Pathfinder, and then they had to port it into D&D 5e for when they were streaming. So they had to like homebrew it, and it was like, oh well, the thing in Pathfinder was based on a fighter, so I guess Matt has to homebrew something for that. I did one of the things that did which thing? I think it was in it was campaign 2. One of the things that did throw me slightly, where it's like, okay, well, clearly Matt and I are on a similar kind of principle, was later on in Mighty Nine, where Ford starts going into into Paladin as well, right? And then Matt introduce the Paladin origin thing, which is on. Let me just find it. where it's like the deeps or something, like where it was something to do with, no, fuck the 2024 rules, no one plays those. I'm just looking on D&D Beyond for the thing. I don't care if it reflects the base. Oath of the Open Sea. There we go. Where like they ended up releasing that with like the updated Tal'Dorei campaign book that had or like no, with the one that they did like in conjunction with D&D, whatever the fucking book was. Where is it? Not Call of the Netherdeep. Was I don't know, whatever the fuck it was called. And I was like, I was annoyed because I'd already, for one of my home games, for one of the games where I was a player, Explorer's Guide to Wildmount, that's the one. For one of the home games, I was playing Paladin who had a connection to the sea, and I homebrewed a fucking Paladin like thing for it, and then Matt comes out and releases an official version that's practically the same, and I'm like, fuck.
Nice.
Homebrew Creations. What did I call mine? Mine wasn't Oath of the Open Sea, though. I think mine did have some slightly different things. Oh, I forgot I made the angler turkey. Have I shown you those?
I don't think so.
The angler turkey, it was a creature that I made for D&D, where it was like the original one, Oath of the Tides. That's what I made. So it was. So there were two versions. There's the average angler turkey, which is like, it's got a turkey kind of body, but the beak, it's kind of like a turkey combined with a velociraptor. But it's got like a little lure on its head that glows. So let me go back to page 1. So the angler turkey, yeah, it has like a little lure on its head, and they were basically like anglerfish type things that would hide in with like bunches of flocks of turkeys. But then it ended up, because I got my art back and the original art wasn't kind of what I was thinking of originally, ended up being the normal angler turkey, which was like that, where it was like sort of the body was mainly turkey, but then the beak, it had like teeth, like when it opened its beak had like serrated sides to the beak, like teeth, and it had the little lure. But then for the main version of it, it was like it would it was it looked more like a normal turkey, but then the head would give off, like, if you were coming closer, the eyes of the head would like give off this glow, and then it would like burst open like fucking The Thing style.
Nice, that's cool.
And it would attack you like that. So I made that thing, and then there was also the Animathes, which were these large gliding fucking like spectral like manta ray things that It's like a slowly right. The description is the Animathys appears at first glance like a giant manta ray, slowly gliding through the air as if it was held suspended in an invisible fluid. However, on closer inspection, it appears to have no external sensory organs, neither mouth nor eyes nor ears. As it drifts slowly towards you, you feel your skin crawl as its flesh starts to distend. Folds of flesh transform as faces of the dead push their way out, their silent screams locking you in place. You begin to feel your very essence start draining into the maws of the dead faces, the Animathys' previous meals. So it's basically this fucking flying manta ray that would, like, eat the souls of people. And,
That's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah. It's like, if a creature is killed by it, its soul's devoured and becomes trapped within the body. Any spell that breathes life into the dead, including Revivify, Raise Dead, Resurrection, True Resurrection, automatically fails if cast on the creature whose soul is trapped inside until the Animathys is killed. And then that releases all the souls, and then you can revive them. The only problem is they're quite slow, so people just have a habit of, like, if you can keep your distance, you can keep your distance, and then it's not too bad. I've got a whole bunch of weird fucking home-brewed shit that I've made. Like, let's see. I did make a load of kind of D&D-ified versions of Doom monsters.
Oh, okay.
Because one of the things was I in my game, right? I think I've, like, we're going to talk about it. I don't remember what I've told you before and what I haven't. In my world, the way I've set out the 9 hells, right, is it's kind of like, have you ever watched Attack on Titan?
A couple of episodes, or like the first season or something. I don't know.
Well, you know how the way that the city is built with, like, the concentric rings leading in, or like the walls in Minas Tirith, where it has the different.
Yep.
Like, yeah. So the different layers of hell are built as rings like that. So it's like the 9th layer of hell is like the center ring, but there's a big like pit in the middle, which has this infinitely tall spire in the middle that is actually technically a different realm, and that's where, like, the 3 is divided. Like the 9th layer of hell is divided into 3 separate sections, forming the triumvirate of archfiends that control the 9 hells. And then they all have meetings in the big spire that's in the center. That's technically a different realm. But then, like, each layer of hell is a ring going out until you get to the outside, which is then a different realm, which is basically like just endless planes of what I basically described as, it's kind of like the surface of Mars in the original Doom. So it's just like wasteland, and it's full of these weird fucking demon creatures that just, like, go around killing shit. And, like, because in mine I was like, devils, like, aren't inherently evil just because they're devils. Like, you get evil devils, like, there's quite a few of them, but it's not like, oh, you're a devil, therefore you're automatically evil, because a lot of the devil's forces were originally made to hold back these fucking demon tides. And, like, there's because I was, like, giving my players chance to be like, okay, well, while you're in the hells, one thing you can do is you can go and, because then it's like, oh, well, you can go, and one of the missions that you could choose to go and do is like, oh, you can go and recover this fucking relic that was from, like, an outpost that the Nine Hells built in the fucking demon realm, but then it's been overrun, and so they did that. They did do that one where they ended up fighting this fucking giant demon thing called Kargray the Iron Angel that was like this big winged fucking 4-armed skeleton thing that would fire shit at them. And like but it's set up so basically there's like, oh, here's missions that it's like, if D&D was a game of Doom or Doom Eternal, or like here's the options where you get to be Mad Max but D&D. Like it's basically having that kind of playground. Because I was like, oh, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
then
definitely.
yeah. And yeah, just shit like that. See, oh, the Void Flame. What the fuck is that? Oh, right. That's a fake eye that's that one of them has. I forgot I gave it a funny name. Yeah, and like I established like one of the legends in fucking one of the legends for fuck, the name's gone again. What was Grog?
Goliath.
Goliath, yes, thank you. Like I established like in my world that like one of the original like long-standing Goliath legends is about a single Goliath that was so angry that he got sent to hell and then he's fighting his way out. So I did make like a subclass of barbarian that is basically the Doomslayer.
Awesome.
Yeah. So I was like, because I was like, oh, that would be fun to have like as an option for people if they wanted to. But I haven't had a player that's done that yet, mainly because I was like, I would have to work that with people.
I mean, I 100% would have taken that straight away. That would have 1,000% been me.
Well, like if it gets to a point, because one of the things I'm doing, because I've got like quite a few players like in there, and it's sort of like the big kind of group to get, because I want to get playing that game again. One of the things I want to do is basically get it so they all have like ties to each other's fate, but have like the original crew be more like together doing the stuff to help Oshk, while the newer lot are doing their own thing, and like have players be able to come in and out for like little bits and pieces. So there is the possibility that we could throw you in there, although you would have to keep half the shit that I've told you secret.
Yeah, I'm good at that.
Good.
Yeah, I am good at that. I think, to be honest though, I'm just looking to start my own campaign again, because I've already written like fucking tons. Like I came up with my own gods. I came up with.
Oh, is that the god that you were
yeah,
like getting me to?
Yeah, just like take a look at and see what you think about it, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so like I think I would probably rather just sort of like do my own campaign, as it were, because I've still got that, and I do actually want to run it.
Yeah, that would. Sorry, I'm just catching up with the Abzagel chat where you were talking to Aaron about some kind of monster.
Oh yeah.
But
how are you feeling about the new song, by the way, and doing it live? Are you excited?
Yeah, that should be good. Like now I'm getting I'm trying to remember the lyrics each time. Oh, that's one thing that we
Yeah, sorry, sorry, I ended up just holding the phone at you, but I thought, seeing as we were recording it and we're going to use it as reference, I thought it'd be better that
no,
it was kind of closer to the live experience, as it were.
That was good. It worked for me. So in fact, while you're here,
Yo.
do you want to... That's not the right song. Neither is that. Neither is that. Neither is that. There it is. Let me just check. Did you want to quickly talk about maybe if we wanted to, like, so that end bit, the something is better than nothing, you're making progress every day, right?
And then it goes back into the original one again, yeah?
And then it goes back into the verse, which for the first repeat of the riff, I think we don't do any vocals. But then we bring for the last two lines, maybe we have something there. Oh, that's one thing. I need to... we can skip that for this playthrough. Because I was going to say there's the bit that we talked about before it goes into the
whispered bit.
Yeah, where it's like, oh, we'll play that.
I don't know if we need the whispered bit at the moment, to be honest, and kind of like just have it as like a bit more of a kind of like
thing.
Standard, like more of like a kind of bog standard song kind of thing, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah, that's just my initial hunch. Like, if you disagree or whatever, that's fine. We can have a look at doing something with it.
No, that's fine. We can do that because obviously, like, as we're working on stuff, like there's with the dun dun, you could go boo boo on the pad as well and hit the doosh doosh.
Yep.
And then the other bit was as well, because hopefully by the time we've got to a point where it's like solidified and we're playing it live, that you would also have a keyboard to be able to play the keyboard along with the chorus.
Yeah.
And it's simple enough that we can both do vocals at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so like at the end, would it? I'm debating, like, no, because part of me was like, oh, should like that last bit of the verse when it comes in to end the song bring back the heal your wounds and start anew, but it doesn't. I think that works just where it is, and we don't need to. Like, that's the thing. I don't know if we actually need. Do we need any more lyrics? Like, or would it make sense to?
I don't think we need to be honest. I think if we wanted to do something at the end there, then we could just use one of the lyrics that we've used before as well. Anyway, if we really wanted to. Like, yeah, I don't think we have to reinvent the wheel. I think it's relatively strong as it is.
Yeah, well, that was.
If you did want to, then we could, of course.
Well, that's the thing. I was wondering whether it would work to repeat the "something is better than nothing. You're making progress every day."
Would it work like that though?
Or whether it would, maybe just repeat the know that this flame is yours, maybe.
Maybe. Can you share your screen with me so I can have audio at the same time?
Okay.
East.
I don't have any audio going off at the minute, but
no, I presume you're going to play the song and then you can let me know which bit.
Yeah, fair point. That would make sense. Also gonna
I'm also gonna really quickly have a wee. I'll be 2 secs.
Yeah, no worries. Me. Which that. Go into here. Okay. Um. Right, so that's one thing. When Zan comes back, we'll have to get him to. In fact, you know what? Let me put the fugs on.
I'm back.
Hello. I've just
Hello.
realised like a way to get you on the screen without having to worry about
That'll
camera is I've just put the Fuji thing on, so it's just got your avatar there.
Thinking
I've
of
just
me.
realised we didn't put the newest version. You know, the one where we demoed the vocals.
Into the new songs thing.
Yeah.
Let me do that now.
So because it's got new Abzargal demo, shall I delete that and then we'll replace it with?
Yeah.
Okay, so if I delete that message.
So that's called new. It's under new songs, isn't it?
Yeah. Go upstairs and check on him in a bit.
Boo boo boo.
I might stick to playing Elite Dangerous offline, like talking about like original things, because I think it was once I started fucking around with stuff, and I think like if I want to play it on stream when I get .mpeg.
I'll tell you what, you do it. I'm gonna have to BRB again for a sec.
I'll
I'll be a few minutes.
I don't know if I have it. That's the problem.
It's in the WhatsApp.
Okay. If I can. Doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-da-boo-doo-da-boo. There are you. That's us talking about pot noodles. Torso horse. Discovering Africa by Toto. The fuck are you? Right, there it is. Download. Right, I'm gonna wang that in Audacity. And then we'll figure it out from there. One thing I am gonna do as well. Oh. Ugh. Just working on shit. Yeah. Christ. Okay. Right, hold on.
Yo, did you find it?
Hello. I did. I was just waiting for it to finish sorting. I've just... Because it... There we go. Right, it's I'm redoing it as an MP3 in Audacity. I'm re-exporting it just to
Nice.
make sure that it is correct. And then it is. No. Demos. I made your house sound like a fucking alien place.
You what?
I'm exporting it, and I realized, like, because I decided to switch to it being I decided to refer to your house as Zancasa.
Oh, nice.
I was like, oh, that sounds like a destination they travel to in Star Wars. Boosh. There we go. I'm also trying to use my phone to sign something, and I realized that my signature is fucking shit. Like, it's a horrible squiggle. What? Oh. Right, so I've got that in the thing now. Ugh. My signature is fucking terrible. I'll do that later. It's because I'm trying to sign off the thing, because I realised I hadn't got the contract thing for whatever sorted at the same time as I was messaging back the place that's doing the Abzargle t-shirts, being like, "Hey, have you got a proof yet?"
Oh, have we not got the order yet? Well, I guess it's Christmas in it, so
yeah, that's why I was just checking with them to be like, "Hey,
I'm surprised they didn't give you an idea of like an ETA for it though."
no, it just says, thanks for your order. Here's the invoice and the payment things, which I know for a fact that we paid. One of our desires will fire your order proof over for approval ASAP, but just give me a shout if you need me for anything else. Meantime. And then that's the last we heard. So yeah. So I was just messaging them being like, hey. Right. So pause that. Let me start the song. And you can hear this, right?
I can.
Cool. Oh, shit. In fact, you know what I'm going to do? Just temporarily, just so I can look at the lyrics at the same time. Just going to copy the lyrics. Paste! There we go. So we basically set that you're just sort of joining in. Oh yeah, you put it in the set list.
Yeah.
Fact. Sorry, I know I'm third. Because it'll be in the set list lyrics, won't it? Yeah. That's the verse. Next has where you're singing as well. There we are. That's the one I want. Because then bear in mind, everyone that's listening, this is a new Abzargle song, but also the vocals are super fucking rough because it was just me and Zan recording on his computer. No treatment or anything, it's just dry vocals.
Oh no, what was fuck? So I've added I do that as well.
Oh, okay. Oh, for some reason I thought you did that line as well. But you do. Right, yeah, yeah. Yeah, oh yeah, yeah. I know that this flame is yours. Have you ever looked deep within yourself and not liked what you have seen?
Have you ever?
Surrounded by your yeah, all that you
So I've doubled that for us as well.
Yeah. Bones by my fire. Show me your true self. This flame is yours. Bah, bah. Bah, bah. Unable to find the strength. Just wanted your world to end. Guilty for finding joy. Throw yourself
Into the flames. Wow.
And joy.
Heal your wounds and start anew. This world is ready for you. Something is better than nothing. You're making progress every day.
And then that would instead go into the verse.
Yeah.
Again. And then, I mean, to be fair, do we just?
Because then doesn't it go straight into the "Have you ever" part again? Because then it repeats the "Have you ever" and then "Come and warm your bones by my fire," right? From the video, I think.
No, it just goes into a verse and then it ends at the end of the verse. So it's like the "Have you ever torn away a part of you?" Like if we were doing the first verse again, it's just the length of that up until the end. That would always come back again, and then it stops.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know if we need more fucking vocals, to be honest.
No, part of me thinks that we don't like we just leave that as like an instrumental like thing at the end.
Yeah, I think so. Because like if you think about most of the other songs, we haven't really got one that just ends on a bit of an instrumental anyway.
No, we don't.
Like it's all because hang on, let's have a look at it. So voices. Spit into corruption's face. You and I end on that one, and then that's basically like on the nose, I think. Dysphoria. Let me find my true face. That I'm pretty sure ends on there as well.
Yeah, it does.
Varaha's the same. Anglerfish, yeah, Angler in the dark, and then that's that. So then a flame for that one. Tourette's. Cold Heart. That's how we end that one.
Yep.
Justice. Yeah, another one. Fascist scum. And then it ends. It's proper. It feels really fucking Napalm Deathy. Does that? I like it a lot. And then, to be honest, I think actually End of All Things is probably the closest one we've got to having something like that. But even then, it's
me going
yeah, exactly.
So I think that works, especially because on the record we were talking about it, because I said this is definitely going to be the last song on the new record because it's going to have it's got that instrumental, it's got that weird spoken word thing that I made that would be like an interstitial track before this starts.
Oh, was that the Johnny Silverhand one?
No, you keep saying Johnny Silver. No, it's Johnny Silverhand is in the Demonos song. No, it's the one that I made where I was doing the voice acting thing of like from a weird Doom mod. And it was like Johnny Silverhand is talking about like corporations and stuff in Demonos, remember? This bit.
Yeah. No, I know that one. I thought we were at practice, I swear I heard Keanu Reeves.
No. We didn't play a sample at practice. Like the ones at practice.
No, we did
were
the interstitials.
Yeah, we did the interstitials, but there was the one that was from True Detective.
True Detective. It's Matthew McConaughey. Yeah. Right.
But
okay, cool.
yeah. So no.
This is the problem with like us two having 30 bands.
Yeah. Let me wang this in here.
She's wanging.
So, like, this was the one that I made. I remembered a dream I had the other night. I'm not sleeping much, but I can recall this one with surprising clarity. So that is like a lead-in thing.
And that's from what to where?
And then found in the small things around us that we can control. So then it goes. Has to be fought for. No, not there. So it'd be like, hold on. And happiness is found in the small things around us that we can control. Happiness has to be fought for. Like that.
Right, okay. Can I make a suggestion? When you're doing the set lists, I think it would be really important to.
Oh, I am gonna add those
also
in.
write the interstitials, like and where they happen and everything.
I'm gonna do that. This one, it's too long to be an interstitial live, so it's one that we wouldn't use live. It's just purely for on the CD, right?
Oh,
so on the
okay.
on the CD, because we talked about having like little things, kind of like on the first EP. There was Null, and there was Sashi.
Sash Bean. We're getting
here.
the clap from Sash.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna get a gin. I'll be 2 secs.
Yeah, no worries. Hello, Sash. How are you? Let me put my background music back on. We've had an interesting stream. We've had so far, like, we've started and given up on 3 separate games, spoken a whole bunch about D&D shit, and banned someone being transphobic. So there you go. Oh fuck! That's another thing that I need to tell Zan when he comes back. I will wait for that though. But so how have you been, Sashi Bash? We've just been working on Albzargle shit because it was like, you're just spreading your clap. Fair enough. So we've just been working on Albzargle shit. So yeah, I'm good.
Just spreading the clap.
Yeah. Oh, Zan, that was another thing. Like, I completely forgot to mention. Like at the top of the stream when you were like,
"You've got the clap."
No. When you were like, "Oh, how's your day been?" It was because I was saying to Sash, like, "Oh, we so far in stream we've started and then given up on 3 separate games, ended up talking a bunch of D&D, and then banned a transphobe."
I mean, let's specify as well. You started 3 different games.
Yeah.
I've just been treating this like I'm just hanging out on Discord. But yes, you have been bouncing around tonight.
Yeah. But the reason that
the face with the shirt.
Mm-hmm. So the reason it reminded me was, speaking of trans shit, because guess which bitch just got her appointment email through for the gender clinic.
Hey, congratulations!
So on February the 13th, I get to go for my first proper gender clinic appointment.
Oh my god, that's so exciting! Sorry, do you mind telling me what that also entails for you, please? Like, is this the beginning of the process?
It's basically like, I'm hoping that it's the beginning of the whole, like, I can actually get prescribed HRT and all that shit.
Oh
fucking finally, because like I've been so I've oh cool, you were listening to the new song. Awesome. I'm glad you enjoy it, Sash. But yeah, no, I got my email today saying that the appointment, my first appointment, is in February. Guess when the GP put me on the waiting list for that appointment? 2020.
I was gonna say 7 years ago, and I'm upset that I was only a year off.
Yeah. So yeah, no, a while ago.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, like I came out publicly in August and then spoke to the GP and got put on the list in September 2020, and it's taken till now.
Fucking hell.
Yeah.
But that's amazing news and fucking awesome progress. I'm so happy for you. And of course, if you like if you ever want someone to like come along to any of them and like be there for you and whatnot, then I'm more than happy to make the time for it.
Awesome.
And yeah,
Thank you.
if there's anything you would like me to do, please just let me know.
Yeah, I will. But yeah, no. So going back to what we were talking about with the Albzargle stuff, right?
Yes.
Because the new one, Aflame, it does have like a clean sounding like outro thing. Like Jamie keeps calling it the mono ripoff. So
I fucking love that. Also,
yeah.
can I just say, the fucking noises that Jamie gets his guitar to make are insane.
Yes.
Absolutely fucking insane.
I want us to be able to do more shit where we're just making weird noises with our instruments.
Yes, I really would like that.
Which is why I started, like, while we were doing stuff, I just started, like, fucking switching on my, like, delay and reverb and pedal and started making, like, playing weird shit that way.
Yeah.
And doing that stupid thing, and yeah.
Oh, are we definitely doing that Acid Throne show, by the way?
I don't know. I presume so.
I think it's just Phil we're waiting for, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's a shame they've already got someone for the lead show, though, and we have to go to fucking Manchester to do it.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's nice that they asked us back.
Yeah,
to,
definitely.
Was it Grand Central?
Grand Central, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is good. Plus, we know we can just park around the back and there's no problems with it.
Yeah, great. Definitely. Although I what was it? I ended up doing vocal warm-ups with the that first band who was on where they had swords and they were really excited about it, but all of the swords were like out of time. So I feel like they wanted to be thrusting with the swords the time of music, but instead it kind of looked like they were just frantically waving swords around.
Yes.
That singer. And I ended up doing vocal practices like around the back where everyone was parked. And there was just this like group of lads who were walking along, and then like they turned the corner and then they bumped into me and that dude just doing like a black metal version of Total Eclipse of the Heart, and they stopped and looked at us. We carried on going and they were just like, okay, fine, and left. It was good.
Fair enough. It's like, it reminds me of like when we did the York gig before you joined, where you came backstage and you said, oh, it's funny because like there was the other vocalist that was doing like serious like woo la 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 vocal warm-ups, and then there's me just walking up and down the corridor just going for as long as possible.
I don't remember what band that lady was in, but fuck me, did she have an amazing voice?
Yeah, she was good. And then she was.
Remember what they were called?
I don't. That's the problem. I do know. Like you took some of my beer, but then all the rest of my beer I just gave to, because they were all on tour. I was just like, oh, I've got so much beer that I have left over from like that's still in my car from taking to the music festival. Just have it.
Right, yeah, chat. Check this out. Right, okay. This happened, right? So Vex sends me a message and goes, hey, we're playing in New York. Do you want to come and look after the camera? Because we're going to film the show. And I'm like, yeah, totally. It'd be really cool to have like a little road trip kind of thing anyway. That'd be really cool. No worries. So Vex and I get to the venue, and then we pull up and she goes, oh, I've got like a bag of beer in the back of the car. Like, to say thank you, I'll give you a couple of beers for it. And I was like, oh, yeah, cool. That'd be really nice. Thanks. No worries at all. Go in, do the thing. Everything's great. Come outside. All the bands are loading in. And then Vex goes, oh, hey, you guys are on tour. I've got a loaded beer. You can have all of it. And then goes and grabs the bag and then just puts it down in front of him. And I'm like, hang on a minute. I'm taking what I'm owed. It felt like the beginning of Gangs of New York, where I was that fucking Irish dude who walks up and like pushes the kid whose dad's just been fucking brutally murdered in front of him, and I go, I take what I'm owed. And then I took a couple of beers.
I'll be honest, I forgot that you hadn't taken yours already because you'd got cans in the front of the car. So in my head, I was like, oh, he's got cans, so he must
Those
have
were my
taken them.
cans.
Yeah, I completely forgot that you brought those.
It was Stella, babe. You don't drink that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, okay, well, you did get some.
I did, but I had to fend off a touring band with a stick to be like, back, you savages, back.
But to be fair, you said, let me get mine, and they went, yeah, okay.
Yeah, no, of course I did. I was being dramatic.
Yeah, but yeah, no. So that was like, I think like most of the gigs that we played recently, it's just been as I've been driving it up, I've been listening to random shit and just singing along to it in the car to warm up.
Yeah, yeah.
That's pretty much all I ever do. I think I didn't see the York gig because I picked you up, and then we went and picked up Aaron, and then spent the entire time talking about
who was
Michael Barrymore having a swimming pool full of chair legs.
Full of chair legs.
Yeah, I can't for the life of me remember why the fuck that was the
nor can I.
conversation.
I don't think we spoke to Aaron about that either, but like
No,
at
we
the
meant
time, it just made so much sense. We were like, yeah, of course he's got a swimming pool full of chair legs.
Yeah, and we're just all laughing our fucking asses off about it. Sash says Total Eclipse of the Heart metal version, our next cover. Maybe. But
that could be fun.
Yeah, but yeah, no. So on the record, right? This new one, it'll have the mono thing at the end, which I was like, oh, that'd be a nice, pretty way to close the album, especially because then it'll make the song. Like, so the main song itself will be like 5.5-ish minutes, so it'll probably end up being the longest song, and then it'll have this little thing beforehand, so in total it's like 7 minutes, right?
Yeah.
So then that's where the thing ends, because I do think, like, I don't know which, part of me feels like the EP we should continue the trend that we did with the first EP, not including the little intro song that's on there, but the first proper song is the tarot card one. So the new EP, the new one, should start with Justice, in my opinion. I mean, to be fair, it would be cool. Like, part of me wants to just start it with Justice anyway, so then anyone that's like listened to the first one is like, oh, there's going to be an intro and then it's going to go into the proper song, and instead it just goes like straight in with like a super violent song about killing fascists. And it's like, yeah, this gets like our MO across very fast, right?
See, to be honest, right, I think that we shouldn't even bother with another EP and we should just do a new album.
I think by the time by the time we've got these next songs, these new ones put together, and then including like the interstitial stuff that we don't need Jace to record drums for, I think it will be album length. I'm calling it an album, because it'll have Justice, it'll have Dysphoria, because that's the title track, it'll have Anglerfish. News just in! Our next album's going to be called Dysphoria. It'll have A Flame, it'll have Makuta, it'll have the rework of like the sequel, I guess it would be, to fucking Adversary. And then it'll also
the
have
thing
like
I'm a bit confused about though, right? Is that with the new release,
yep,
I feel like we're basically just re-recording a ton of our old stuff anyway.
No, because the half of the ones that we don't have proper recordings of, like Justice, we have a kind of recording of, but it's not Aaron drumming, it's a drum machine that we did as a rough single. Like the same with Tourette's, it's Aaron programming the drums. It's not him actually drumming. And then the other two versions of like Dysphoria and Anglerfish, they're just rough demos. So I want them to be, so when they come out on the CD, there will be proper versions. But then we're going to have like the 3 other new ones, although 4, depending on, because a lot of them should be like as fast. A Flame came together really fucking fast. So I think
that was that Jamie's song, and then basically my lyrics, and then you and I just sort of like arranged it, and that was pretty much it.
That's pretty much it. And then last practice that you can get to, we played through. We went, okay, here's what it sounds like. And we're like, oh, cool. And then just this last practice before I got there, they were like, oh, let's add the verse back on at the end. And then that's it. It's fucking done. So it's like, okay, cool. It's taken 2 practices, done.
We had just finished doing a run through where I did all of the vocals, and then you basically knocked on the door. So like we just done it.
Yeah. So there's that, and then Makuta's super fucking easy to learn, and then the rework of Adversary is probably going to be easy enough, and then plus there's as well. There's a couple of more noisy kind of based tracks. So like there's the adaptation of what was the original intro track, the one that had the "if life's a fucking gift, then why am I paying for it" line.
Yep.
I'm reworking that to be another track, but that doesn't need Aaron to record anything. In fact, what I'm probably going to do is I'm going to make it sound weird and like shifty and stuff, I'm going to get the recordings that he's done of the other songs and snip pieces out of it like a sampler and like assemble those together, right? To make it sound even more weird and disjointed. And then it's going to be all like horrible sounds and then me and you screaming on top of it.
Cool.
So that's going to be that track. So then that's like 7 full songs. I do want to, the other thing I want to do as well is if I can get, because I think it'll add to the thing as well, like if I can get it so Aaron can hear, like Aaron will just like jam like a drum thing that I'll record. Get off mic, Kevin, get off me headphones.
Kev, come on, mate. Sort it out.
So Aaron will just jam like a drum thing that I can make horrible noise to, or we can add it into like the thing, and then I can use those dissociation lyrics as well that we can do. That would be a combination of me and you doing that, mostly you, I think, for that one, because then that was the one that I was suggesting as well, that if that one's a bit more freeform, so then when like if anything happened where one of the guitars went out live, instead of having like an interstitial that we play, me and Aaron can just start jamming and we like weird noises and those lyrics just get put over the top.
Okay.
So I want a version of that on the EP on the next record as well. So there ends up being like 8 full songs and like a few little interstitial things and stuff. So then it ends up becoming, so I would call that a fucking album.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, cool. So, but how many current songs would that also be? Because we wouldn't be re-recording anything from Isla, would we?
No.
So it would be Dysphoria and
it would be Dysphoria,
Anglerfish.
Dysphoria, Anglerfish, Justice. Those 3, the drums are already recorded for.
So Justice isn't a demo?
Justice... No. What?
No, I just checked it. It doesn't say demo on the page, so I guess
well,
not.
No, it's like the single version. But that's, like I was saying, that's not actual acoustic drums of Aaron playing it. It's
Yep.
Aaron programmed the drums. So this would be
And
like the album
If it's a
version.
single as well, it's fine, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. So
So that's 3 there.
so
then
it's
that's
3 there, and then
Then
it'd be
Makuta,
5
then a
new
flame.
ones. Yeah, Makuta, a flame, whatever the rework of Adversary ends up being, can probably depending, like, if we get through everything fast enough, we could probably end up getting the one that we ended up calling Judgment.
How's that go again?
That's
Would you
this
rather
one.
me play it on?
This one.
I do quite like this one, you know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because this gets really fucking big. Keep on playing a sec.
Let me start. I'll start from the beginning and we'll
Yeah,
just
yeah,
listen
do
to
that.
it.
Unreleased Orbzargle team.
Yep. I was just gonna change this so the like this beginning bit. When it first starts, instead of starting with the guitar, I was thinking starting with the synth, playing the da 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 da, and then it turns into this, which is the old Blood Countess riff that I repurposed.
Fuck you, Blood Countess.
Yep. Because this was the other one that we were like, oh, this would work as one to end the set with. Because
yeah.
of the end riff when it gets super big.
Okay, so we'd swap out end for this.
Yeah. I think. Because, like, instead of having the depressing bit, we'd have, like, a proper headbangy end. Right?
Yeah. I think this could work, definitely.
In fact, yeah.
It's a sexy bassline, isn't it, Sash? It's fucking a beaut.
Like that
You,
riff.
yeah, it's really fucking nice. Have you thought of like lyrics and stuff for this already?
Yeah, we wrote lyrics for it, remember?
Did we?
Yeah,
Oh, I was probably drunk.
probably.
Did we put it in the Discord?
I'm gonna go back into the into it and
Yeah, it's cool. Just let it play out.
yeah, because it was adapted from an old set of lyrics I had called Pyramid of Suffering, which was
Oh, and is this the one that has if life's a game, I didn't buy a fucking ticket?
no. You always get like, if life's a fucking gift, then why am I paying for it?
Yeah,
No, that's
well.
a different one. This is
I
the
bought
one
a
that
ticket.
yeah.
I want a refund.
This is the one that you added the line, the bits. Draw your mighty arrow back. Release the resistance. Clouds their skies with black. And then this bit is like where the lyrics when it kicks in. It's like Sanctuary, burn it down, but watch it crumble. Send stones across the ground and draw again. Like that.
Yeah, that is ringing a bell now. I remember drawing arrows.
Yeah. Because the chorus for this was like, burn, toil for the kings of commerce, slaves die under the boots of capital.
Yes.
Which now we could do, so like, you could do burn, slaves, and I could sing the other bits, maybe. Or I could scream, or I can scream like, burn, and you go underneath, toil for the kings of commerce, or whatever.
Yeah,
like
that could be cool.
Yeah.
Or like a death metal kind of toil for the kings sort of thing.
Yeah.
Could be cool. Could be cool.
Maybe.
Cool.
So I think that's another one that we could learn, because then
I still would really like us to rework Obsolescence because I think musically it's fucking so like it's there already. And then, in fact, do you want to play Obsolescence? And then we can have a think, because also you should probably change your stream from Mighty 9 and D&D chat.
Done. But yeah, so I've got this a bit too quiet now. I think this just needs a little bit more.
There's Johnny.
Yeah, there you go.
Wants a cock in the machine.
Yeah, we just need to rework the lyrics for this a lot.
Yeah, like I don't know. I don't know if we'd have to do it too much, though. I love that bit.
Yeah, that's a line that needs to stay, I think. I think once a cog in, like, I think the chorus still works.
Yeah.
It's just certain bits like
digitized token.
Yeah. I think that's the only bit in the first verse, actually. Because
so. Like,
cast aside
obsolete.
Yeah. And then obviously limbs are broken, the servo's not my own. Kind of needs to change.
Yeah. Still, like, tear down their structures.
Oh yeah, the corporations with corpses in their wake tear down their structures, their bodies we will break. Still works.
Yeah, completely. Because it's still just like yeah.
And then, like, seek my vengeance, tear them all apart, burn their legacy for all the souls they've harmed. When human lives are less than your profits, we shall exercise, and none of you can stop it. When once was greed is now an epitaph, we have decreed. And then it's just the end. We just
riff.
Yeah, it's just that we just have to change creed. Oh, we just change it so instead of you end in corpo bloodbath, we just say this. We have decreed this all will end. This will end as a bloodbath or something. This will end in a bloodbath.
Even if you change corpo to corporate, like that still works.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned.
Corporate bloodbath.
Good night, Sash. Sweetest of dreams. I hope you have very pleasant dreams.
Good night. is now an epitaph. We
That's such a new line as well. I love it.
You ended corporate bloodbath.
Yeah, corporate. Yeah, just change corpo to corporate.
Yeah.
And then it just like already works so much more. It's not like we're saying fucking preem throughout the whole thing, right?
Yeah, no. Oh, that's what. Yeah, no. So it's just the it's just changing like the line a digitized token, and limbs are broken. The servo's not my own.
Yeah.
Let's see. Crawling, begging for mercy. Now just a defunct drone. Kind of works because it's like
it's the idea of you just becoming a number in some kind of corporate hellscape.
Yeah. Left to die, find space in ruination. What's my crime? This mortal deviation.
That still works.
Yep. Like I do think the chorus, like I do want the chorus, like, because we've got the synths. I do want the chorus to still be like maybe like the guitars and the bass cut out, and it's the synth going or whatever, with Aaron doing like stupid drum shit underneath it.
Stupid. Aaron, now is your time for stupid drum shit. Yes.
Yeah. So like going like doing like a thing underneath the first bit, like once a cog in. I don't. What the fuck are the drums doing under that bit? I'm gonna put it back on.
Because that we could do with guitars.
Yeah. That's a fair point, actually. Because let's... Yeah, and this bit, we can just make it so you just trigger a sample while I do the duh 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 with like the bass through like the thing with the drums behind it. Yeah, it's just a doodle 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 doodle. Obviously, it's not going to have that.
But then again, like, that would be a fun time for Jamie to just go wild with his fucking pedals and shit anyway.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Oh, so yeah, so the once a cog in their machine bit, like, normally it's like going, so it's just like the kicks doing eighth notes with like a
Yep.
Yeah. But then the second time, it just goes, and then I'll just play by myself while we do the. They ripped my soul away from me. I want to see them bleed. And then I'll dive bomb it.
Yeah, dive it.
And then it goes da again. I think, in fact, this might be the next one that we learn. You're right.
Yeah, literally, like, honestly, I like ever since I joined this band, I was like, this would fucking work.
And then this whole section, we can just, I can just make a sample that you can just set going.
Yep.
And then we
do.
In fact, what time do you have to go to bed?
You've got me for a little bit longer. Maybe like an hour.
Okay. I'm just gonna open it up and start adjusting things just to see how it'll sound. Yeah, and I think on the record we do end with the thing at the end, but then live we
I
just
really
go,
love
"You end
the
with
dual
corporate
meaning you can
bloodbath."
get behind.
And with corporate bloodbath, sorry. Dual meaning behind what?
Profit and profits. Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
it's
yeah, yeah.
it's kind of interchangeable in a way, really. Like in talking about how corporate life is essentially like a fucking cult anyway.
Yep, that's the song.
Yep.
That's the one. Right. So let me file save as. Gonna. Abs. Bob. Right, so now I just go into, I delete all the guitars. In fact, Zed.
Once you've done that, can you do me a favor and just save this as a separate project as well?
Oh, I already
so
did.
we've
I
still
already
got-
did that.
Cool.
That was the first thing I did. So I've renamed this as Albs Obsolescence. Although I've just
Awesome.
had the idea. What happens if I let's go in here. I don't know how well this will work. Try it. I'm just going into Helix and then see. Go for the pitch whammy.
Oh, do you have patches already that you can just replace them?
Well, the thing is, it's recorded guitar signal, so I'm going to see what happens, how it sounds with C. So C, we want C sharp, D, E. That's guitar left, and then all like the bass and the synth and stuff is all programmed. So all I have to do is go into each thing and change it. The only thing would be some of like the sampled oh, in fact no, I can just go into the channels of those and do the same trick with those. Awesome.
Yeah.
So synth Sammy. So right, so it's that down. Why don't I just double click it? So if I make that down, I will. I'm just running half of it through fucking pitch whammy. Yeah. So the swishy noises and stuff, they're all fine. Going in 11. That's going 11, so that's fine. It's this bit. Texture. So let's see, texture, I'm gonna run that through as well, just because I think... No. The texture is fine, actually. It was just the, it's just the... Okay, what was Warm Thumper C? That is... the thump. Move that down. This one. You know what? I'm going onto the, like, seeing as we're talking about it, to the game screen, so people can see what we're doing. There we go. Oh, and then let's turn on Fugs. Boosh. There we go. So people can see what I'm doing and how I'm changing a Demonos song into a into an Abzargle song.
Hey.
And I'm sharing the screen with you so you can already see, right?
Yeah.
Cool. Or the clicks aren't like a pitch anyway. Yeah. And all I have to do is go into the base. I go. A. And... Nope. One, two, three, four. At the bottom one. Two. Main riff bass. Two, four. This one I can just select everything. Oh. Drums, sample drums, sample synth low. Which I can go A. Oh. Bass. Jeez, it always scares the shit out of me when that happens.
That scared the fuck out of me as well. Go on, Wibbs, you rockstar.
Hey, Wibbs. Hey, thank you for the Prime sub. Like,
I was just thinking about you actually, Wibbs. I was watching a clip of us where we were playing Jump Ship and we got magical healing bullets, and then we were running around our ship trying to shoot Ewok to heal him. It was cute.
Nice. I don't think I've seen that.
It's very silly.
Hey.
Thank you for the lurk, babes.
Thank you. And thank you for taking money out of evil Bezos' hands and giving it to me instead. Deserved. Oh. Drop synth. Okay, so A. There we go. Oh. Bridge base. Oh my god, I forgot how complex this fucking riff is.
Yeah. Yeah, of course, it's ridiculous.
Yeah. Yeah. 3, 4. Obviously, that's one of the riffs that we can rewrite if we want to. Cymbal swell. Epic lows.
Pick low from the window.
On the wall.
Skeet, 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 skeet.
Flex is fine. Outro start. Looking. Oh no, okay, that's fine. Okay,
Yep.
so that was that, and that's supposed to be 2 notes there, yeah. Bridge bass. Okay. That's that, but what else is... What does it think that the 2... What the fuck are these?
Ooh, that's fun.
It doesn't... Right, okay. Drums. Well, epic lows, yeah. Synth lows. Change that. Clicks was fine. Outro start. Outro drums. Outro bass. And then that's all of it. So hopefully this should have changed everything so it's in the correct key for Albzargle.
Oh, fucking sick.
2, 4. Well, I'm going to save it. Right, so let's give it a go. The guitar sounds weird.
Yes. Yes, it does.
It's...
Oh my god! It sounds like what I hear when I wake up in the morning and I'm having a bad mentee day.
Yeah, it's because it's like post-processing and then run through a pitch shifter rather than
Christ.
Yeah, which is why it sounds weird. Okay, this bit isn't as bad. I prefer the synth on this actually.
The synth on this sounds really good.
Yeah.
It's just very MIDI, isn't it?
Yeah. So you can hear where it'll work though. What?
When it came in, that was amazing.
Say that again?
When that little bit came in, then I don't know why it just directly hit my fucking funny bone. Like
Fair
when
enough.
it was like doopy 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 doopy.
Yeah, so like I say, this bit will just make a sample so you can go, well, I can go, their bodies we will break, go, pshoo!
Yeah. You can do that scream.
Well, it's a texture, so... I think, yeah, it works. The one thing that's that Aaron's gonna hate us, that's gonna hate us for, right?
Well, just the fact that it starts and ends with blasting.
That and the fact that it's like, okay, so you know how most of our songs get to about 200 beats per minute. Add 60, and then that's where this is.
Jesus Christ, he's gonna quit the band.
Yeah, so he might have to do it as like a, like instead of a as fast as it is, going like,
yeah,
like a more traditional fucking thing. Because I don't think he can do like the as fast as that.
I mean, like
He
I
might
guess,
be
I
able
guess
to, but
he
not
definitely
for,
would.
but not for as long.
No, definitely not.
I'd
for as
rather
long.
give him space to be able to do what he wants with the drums anyway, though.
Yeah, exactly. But also, like, I'm thinking it kind of depends, like, where we're putting it in the set too.
Yeah. Yeah. I think
Yeah.
the next ones we should learn are this and Makuta, because Makuta's a nice groovy slow one. Or Judgment. Fuck. Like, this is another nice.
Which was Judgment?
That's the boom. No.
Is that no?
Do
we-
It's Angel Rework, I think it's
Oh,
called.
that one. Yep.
Yeah. So, whereas. Oh, that's it. I'm trying to figure out the riff. Digga. That's one bit that'll sound good. Yeah. And then the end might change it from the... Because what I did there was the Static X, like, thing. Although, to be fair, I think we can still get away with that.
Yeah, I think so.
And then it'll play the thing where it's the...
I mean, to be fair, like, our whole thing is kind of like going against black metal norms as well anyway, isn't it? Part of me thinks that we should just put all of our instruments down and pick up saxophones from out of nowhere. And I fucking, generally speaking, I'm not a fan of saxophones, but do you know what I mean?
I was going to say, I don't think that's going to happen just because I'll be like, oh, let's play something jazzy. And you'd be like, nope, idea's gone.
Yeah. And I've quit.
Not that one. Oh. Okay, so the I didn't realize that the synth that's going... I forgot that the synth underneath the build-up into the verse is literally just the bass line for the verse. So it's... Is that up to the 6th? D sharp. Where fucking okay, so that E. Oh, it's there. Dig it. Dig it. And wait. Where's C on this? Fucking hell. Okay, that's gonna get... I'm gonna have to get used to playing that.
Yeah. Is it fun?
Yeah, is that specifically that digga digga. It'll be easy to get the hang of once I've got it.
Once she's
I might
she'll have it.
Yeah. The only thing is I'll probably change instead of it being as like mechanically like stuck to the beat vocally in the verses where it's like left in silence, a human body broken. I might loosen those up a bit.
Just a bit more swing.
Yeah. Left in silence, a human body broken, all is hopeless. Kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean,
Maybe.
or we could do a trade-off, because then even if we're elongating it, then we can still hit the beats.
Ooh,
but
that
we can still
would be
have like
good.
a kind of scream out as well.
That would be good, actually. Yeah. So like we're alternating, and then except the last line, like on the first one, the my eyes have now been opened. We should both do.
Yeah, 100%, 100%.
And then once a cog in their machine, a savior made by their decree. My blood runs black into the streets.
I'd like to see them bleed.
Break synth, break bass.
I'm just gonna go and get a gin. I'll be 2 secs.
Yeah, no worries. That's oh, okay. That ends up being in the machine. Yeah. It's a call in the machine. Savior made that decree. My My blood runs black into the streets. Corpse of say. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that works. And
Hello.
Then, hello. I was just working out the things, and then I realized like the break, so it's not gonna have the doodle over it, obviously.
Yeah.
In fact, let me. No. So I'm gonna remove those. No.
Oh, you mean turn them up? Certainly.
Yeah. So then the verses will be. But I realized, like, because of where I've turned that up, that ends up like that low note ends up being the A, so I can use like the low A string, like run it through one of like the flanger effect for this. So when it gets to this, we can have the drums going, and just the bass with the flanger going.
That'd be sick.
The only thing I need to do is figure out what the fuck chords I was doing there. So I think it was like a. Let me just pick up the guitar. That would make way more sense.
That would be a thing.
Angle. So. It's like, that'll be like, let me play the original song again. Yeah, it's minor chords, so it's pretty much the same kind of shit that that they're playing in A Flame. It's just instead of it being like digga 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 like all the time, it's just more choppy. So it's like, I just need to figure out what the scale would be, so I can figure out like whether it'd be a minor or a major.
I believe in you, Check.
Then that's the yeah. And then C, so I mean, I'll just, you know what, for that I'll probably just say to Jamie and Phil, here's what the bass is doing. Make a guitar riff.
Yeah.
Decide what the guitars are doing on the top. They're doing minors originally. They're doing fucking hell, don't take that out of context. They're doing
Christ.
Yeah. They're doing like originally they're sticking to like minor chord shapes. But feel free to do whatever. And then like the break will do where everything will put out, or they'll go like ee! Or whatever. They'll do something, and like the bass synth, the synthy sound, I'll do with the pedal. It's going like some ridiculous like distortion or whatever. And then we could even, instead of going dill 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 dill, we could go dill 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 dill, like, and make that more of a like go dig it 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 dig it, and have that more of a like a standard black metal chordy type bit.
Yep.
And then go back into the verse, and then I want to see them bleed, which then it's got a synth and then think, but we can go, I can just give you another, you can just hit the bass drop. Want to see them, I want to
bleed.
See them bleed, and like when you hit the bass drop, I'll just hit the pedal to lower mine at the same time.
Or would you want to slide up? Sorry, slide down.
Well, that's the thing. It'll be on the low A, so I can't slide down. I can. I can use the whammy. Actually, I can use the whammy bar and go. So I can go like. Just a cog in the machine. Savior. A solo. I want to see. Yeah. I want to see. And then
is that a bit fucky for you?
Yeah. No, all I have to do, because if I'm leaving it ringing out from I want to see them, I just on the bleed just go grab the whammy bar and just start pushing down. Okay. Or if I want to do it cleaner without having to fuck about with that, I can just I want to see them bleed and just stick my foot on the ricochet, and then that'll drop it at the same time as you hit the bass drop, and then it'll go ba 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 ba. But like we'll go like have one guitar go da 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 da, which will probably be Phil, and then Jamie will go da da, and like when he does the da, he'll hit the ricochet to send it like skyrocketing, like da 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 kind of thing.
Sounds good to me.
Dilligan. And then the only other bit we may need to change is that bridge riff, because that's a bit all over the place.
Do you have any ideas for what that could be?
No, not currently, but I'm gonna have a look at what the riff is currently. So that is. Tangled. I'm tangled. That's. Wait, where the fuck is the G? Okay, so the
Said the bishop to the no.
Oh, that's it. It's quite easy actually.
Yeah.
Because it's just because it just sounds all over the place because it's literally on the A string, so the fifth string. It's just 1 open, 3 4 6 4, and then 3, and then it's just basically moving a power chord shape down. So it's the C, and then the G is the so it's like C on the so 3rd fret on the 5th, and then 5th fret on the 4th, down to 4th fret on the 4th, back, and then you just slide that down a half step. No. And then the next one is instead of doing the da 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 da, it's just 3rd fret on the 4th string, 6th fret, 2nd fret, 5th fret. Okay, so it's not too bad.
Sounds doable at least.
And then sample, which is the like texture thing with the like the things and like the synth and the thumping and stuff. Which so like when it does the da 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 da, and then you just trigger that, and we just let that play through up until as it does the. Yeah, so I might like instead of having that, I'm probably going to replace the clip there and find something that, because the sample there says you think you're untouchable, not even God could stop me. But I might change that to I'll probably change that to something a bit more suiting to the theme. And have like so the sample ends with like the voice like saying something, and then Aaron can go tss, and we go da 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 into the end, I reckon. Dan? Hello? Oh, your internet died. Right. Fuck. Fair enough. Okay, I will continue talking like when you come back then. So Oh, you're back.
Hello. I am.
Hello. Right. So, yeah, I was just saying like so we do the bridge, and then at the end of the you just click to trigger the sample, and it'll just play that through, and we can all take a breather while it's doing that. I'm going to replace the end clip so it's not the sample, the habit sample where it says you think you're untouchable. Yeah, you think you're untouchable, not even God could hide from me. And I might change that to something a bit more on theme. But then it means like the sample, it can like do the and then just have like the sample say something, and then Aaron could go, tss, tss, and then we go like, tss, tss, da, da, digga, 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 digga. Yeah, and then that's how we'd go into the end.
That sounds cool to me.
Yeah. So I think. In fact. I've just put in the group chat saying, "Oh, do you want would you want to work on another new one? Do you want me to demo it again?" Because then,
yeah. What would we need to do to have like a sort of a demo ready for them?
So I'd have to re-record the guitars, and we'd have to redo and redistribute the vocals.
Okay.
Because we'd have to figure out like the lyrics, like the changes in lyrics. Oh, which reminds me, actually.
Yeah, do you want to bob those into Thingamadoob?
Yep, and I will put Judgment in there as well. Fuck! Press the wrong button.
Nice.
Ugh. Why'd I do that? Fuck's sake.
Ooh. So what, it's doing Judgment?
Yeah, I put that in as well underneath, but I'm trying to separate it, but I keep forgetting to hold shift.
Oh yeah.
There we go. There we are. So it's got that in as well. Yeah. Right, anyway, like, we will finish the last bits of our conversation off stream, I think.